Can't see the forest through the trees, got me down on my knees, darling, please. Oh, I lose control when you're not next to me. I'm falling apart right in front of you, can't you see?
Fully Loaded is coming your way this summer, the biggest party of the summer with the best comedians in the world. Big J. Okerson, Mark Norman, Dave Attell, Dan Soder, Whitney Cummings, Tony Hinchcliffe, Stavros Halkias, Matt McCusker. I'm telling you, we're adding more people. We've got a big announcement we can't mention that'll be on that first week, starting June 12th in Macon, Georgia, Charleston, South Carolina, Savannah, Georgia, West Palm Beach, Florida, Daytona Beach, Florida, Canton, Ohio, Columbia, Maryland, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Darien Center, New York, Rogers, Arkansas, Camdenton, Missouri, Brandon, Mississippi, and Orange Beach, Alabama. I'll throw the party. All you got to do is show up. How do you maintain your voice? You know, I'm having a really hard time with my voice lately.
Dude, room temperature water. Staying on not only room temperature water is like the best thing in the world you can do for it. Just constant. If we're playing like an hour set, I'll probably go through 10 bottles. I'll fucking drink water, man. Stay hydrated at all costs.
So coffee and vodka is a bad call?
Oh yeah, coffee and vodka is like, that's the first of caffeine is so bad to drying out your voice, and also, you know, like alcohol and caffeine are just bad for your voice. But yeah. I love my fucking tequila, so I drink a shit ton of tequila, and it's not the most helpful thing for your voice. But there are other things you could do. Like I like to do a gurgling salt waters. Oh, gurgling salt water is always a good call. Man, I do a gurgle that somebody taught me. We were in Australia, and every time we go over there, this guy, we got him as like basically our, I don't know, I guess like liaison or something out there. He said he used to give this. It was like apple cider vinegar, honey, hot water, and lemon, and just do a gurgle of that, and until the cup's gone. And it's been like a fucking potion for me at sometimes. Really? It's really pulled me out. And just recently, I got a steroid shot, which was like fucking in 2 hours. I had nothing, and like 2 hours later, it was just back. So get a little doctor, man.
I threw up. I fucked my voice up for real. I got wasted in Spokane, Washington. And the fucking stage collapsed, and so they canceled the show. We're already there. We're like, fuck it, let's party. So we party all day, play disc golf, go out to a steakhouse. The last thing I remember was doing 2 Irish car bombs. And then I threw up that night in my underwear outside the tour bus violently and lost my voice entirely. And it was right before I had to do the Greek.
Jesus.
And I had to go to a doctor, like the rock doc, and get the shots, scoped my throat. And ever since then, ever since that one thing, my voice has always been on the edge. If I don't drink, man, having command of your voice is such a fucking powerful feeling.
Dude, it is. It's when you're like, I feel like when I'm at my like best and I got every piece of my voice, I'm just like, I feel like the fucking guy, you know?
Your voice is so goddamn powerful.
Thanks, bro.
But it's crazy when you say it wasn't always there.
Yeah, I mean, it's something we slowly, when I started out doing metal songs too and screaming in bands and stuff too. So I think a lot of that like came from training my voice to be yelling all the time, you know, and so it's strong in that regard. Like I don't find myself losing it very often, unless of course, you know, we're doing some other substances that, you know, that's always a bad news for me on tour. So I have to stay away from substances. You know,
me and you are at a level. I'm very proud that we're here, but our team's getting in front of us.
Yeah, exactly.
I got a fucking text today. Teddy is not to drink today with you. He is.
Oh, that's a lie. Who told you that? That's some bullshit. It's a lie.
He's like,
I could drink.
He's got blood work. He doesn't want to have any drinks. And I was like, okay.
No, it's just a vocal doctor. He's not gonna take my blood. I'll just blow.
Well,
yeah,
guys.
see. But I love that. But see, they tried to do that to me yesterday too, where I was like, come on, man, slap me like a little fucking tequila, man. God damn, like I just need one good enabler, man. That's what I'm saying.
We can have a little.
We can have a little drink, yeah.
Just something.
Like,
hey, Peter, Christine, yell
we
for
want
Peter.
Some tequila,
just a little something to loosen our vocal cords up with. But you know what mine was?
I'm going to the vocal doctor right after this. So it's anything that goes down, you know, it's gonna be like 3:00. I think I have him. So you know, anything that's wrong, he can tell me.
Yeah, you know what? I like to drink. I like to go in. Bill Bert told me. Bill Bert and I were. I think it was back when he was partying. and I can't remember. Yeah, it was. And he goes, hey, you want to have a little, what did he call it? Oh, fuck. He had a little, bing bang, a little bing bang boom. And I said, well, no, I have a cardiologist appointment tomorrow. And he went, what? I said, I have a cardiologist appointment. I want to be healthy for it. And he goes, buddy, that's not how it fucking works. You don't train for these fucking things. He goes, you go in hot. You come in, you have a drink with me. We went in the back, I had a drink, had a cigar. And I was like, yeah, fuck yeah. But
just go in hot. Yeah, that's the way to do it. But I just went to the gym. So, I mean, I'm like, I think
went to the gym too.
I started my day off like the right way, you know, got the hardest thing out of the way.
You look good, man. It's weird to say because, you fucked us up. You are such a powerful performer that I was listening to you on the plane yesterday, and Isla, she said, Isla's my youngest. She goes, who do you have on? And I said, Teddy Swims. And she went, oh God, Dad. And then she started playing Lose Control. She sang with it. And I was like, God, that's crazy how you have covered everybody. You have gotten to all the generations. Like me, I'm 51. My daughter listens to you. And it's bizarre to me that that you are, I don't have that. I have a type that likes me. They look a lot like you, but they like me.
I'm one of them, but I promise you that.
Yeah, but you got, everyone. I was playing Lose Control today downstairs, and everyone knows the fucking lyrics. Everyone fucking loves to do what you do, but we can't. Go back to you saying, because I find one of the most fascinating things is that you said that you really worked hard on your voice.
Yeah, forever, man.
People don't
still constantly.
I have this
every
thing.
day.
I have this thing. I'm sorry to interrupt, and I interrupt a lot. I apologize,
No
but
problem.
I have this thing where I want people to hear this podcast to get inspired to do what they want to do. And there are people that go, I like singing, but I don't have his voice. And when I heard you say, well, I didn't always have this voice, I had to work at it. Because everyone just assumes you were fucking in choir,
right? And people like to assume too, when did you discover you can sing like that? And it wasn't like a discovery. It's not like a thing you just get to and it's like, oh shit, guys, I can sing. Looks like I can sing. It's not that at all. It's like a constant. It's just like with any other instrument, man. You strengthen it, you strengthen the muscle, even with doing runs, so it's just doing a little pattern and doing it over and faster and faster and faster until you get it. And, it's a muscle that you train. And it really is something I think it's so your thumbprint on the world. The only person that is sounds like you is you. And there's no other instrument like that. Your voice is just so your voice. And it's bound by your decisions and your sickness or your travel or whatever the fuck it is, and I think it is a gift. I will say it's a gift, in the way, the sense of the urgency or the want, desire to get better at it and continue to hone the craft. But I wasn't by any means started out fucking awesome. It was bad. I say all the time, you can look up my first band on YouTube. I was a senior in high school and we were called Heroic Bear. And I
love that name.
It's a sick name, but it's a fucking dude, the whole EP, my first EP's on there, and it's absolute dog shit, bro. And you'll hear my voice, and I don't know at the time how my friends were like, "Oh, you can sing," because there's no fucking way in hell that it was okay. I was hitting the notes, you know, but it just was. It's just not what near it is. Even the way I look up my see myself singing from years ago, in school, and hear my old band stuff. I can hear the growth in my voice and how much it's manly, gotten more manly, or it's gotten more dynamic in a way, and I picked up things along the way. And
what? Show me something. Not show me, but tell me something. Is I'm always wondering why I can't sing. I was a lead singer of a band in college.
No shit.
I would, if you haven't heard that story, I'm going to save you from it. It's fucking painful. Kicked out the guitarist. He started a band called Creed. So yeah. So he denies it ever happened, but whatever. We all have our truths, Mark. And you live your truth, I'll live mine. My pronouns are Bert. My pronouns are the machine. And so, I never could get it. I never could get it. I would be in tune, but it didn't sound interesting. That's the thing about voices. Your voice sounds interesting. Your voice, when I close my eyes, it can make me cry. And my voice would make you cry, but for a different fucking reason.
Yeah, right on.
But what is that? When did you go, ooh, look what I can do today. Holy shit, I'm going to do a little more of that. this is somewhere I never thought I'd be. Like, what is that thing?
Yeah, that's quite, I guess in your craft too, I'm sure it's the same exact way, and I think there's always something too where it's like musicians and comedians kind of want to like do what each other does.
You want
like,
to be a comedian.
Always my whole life.
Yeah, I heard that in an interview.
I think we always have that with each other. Like where every time it's like this situation, it's like, I want to do that and I want to do that,
Yeah.
and we both want to do what, and I mean, there's still time to do it, but I think when I just started kind of picking up things along the way, and like, I think there's some like, it's like simple little things as in like, as what you can do to a note versus like, if I'm just hitting the note, versus like kind of going into the note and pushing a vibrato and it having a crescendo in it, it gives it a whole lot more emotion to go,
oh yeah, let it dance.
And let it, yeah. And so like there's little tiny things you pick up along the way like that really can move them. I think 80% of singing is really acting, in a sense, and putting yourself into that place of vulnerability or whatever, and trying to mean the emotion, mean what you say, rather than just singing the notes. You got to really kind of like mean what you say, like you would when you're speaking. It's so the difference is like, even with writing, there's nothing new under the sun. It's the difference between saying, "Hey, love you, man," versus "I love you, man." It's like it's a whole different feeling when you're really meaning what you're saying.
Yeah. Do you? This is a weird question. I'm asking you questions I'd ask myself that I feel embarrassed about. But do you like being famous?
Yeah, I do. I love it, man. I think it's a blast for me to when I get flowers from people, there's nothing that means more to me than when I just got to go to like American Idol and one of the contestants even sang my song "The Door" on the episode, and all the contestants, I stood out there and watched them from the contestants, and all the kids were just like, "Oh my fucking God, Teddy Swims is here," and it's so cool. I'll scroll through TikTok and I'll hear these fucking amazing kids on TikTok either covering my song or just singing in general. And they'll always say like, "Followed you," and it's like I'll follow them and they're like, "Oh my God, you're the fucking best." You're the, and I think it's so cool to be now in a place where kids that are coming up are looking at me like Teddy Swims is the fucking GOAT, and it's cool to hear that kind of shit, because to me, I'm like, I have the people I look up to, and I'll like think I'll never be that, And
who do you look up to?
Man, Otis Redding is my fucking number one singer of all time for me. Yeah,
motherfucker,
yeah,
motherfucker. Otis Redding, if I'm not mistaken, died when he was 25.
It was early. Yeah, I don't know.
He put out one album. He put out one album, and he was in an airplane flying over, I think, Milwaukee.
Let me see. I think
pull up Otis Redding, would you?
Yeah, he was a little older than, because he had a.
Who am I thinking of? Is it? It's Otis Redding.
No, is it?
Pull up Otis Redding. He sings.
Yeah, he's 26 though. 26. He did die at 26. You're right.
I have a weird collection of information that is in Wisconsin, Madison, Wisconsin. Yeah, I think he crashed over a frozen lake.
God damn.
26. He had one album out. And I would argue that he didn't finish one of his songs.
Oh, dude, I'm sure.
No. Meaning my favorite song in the world. Do you have headsets? Can we get headsets? Pull up Otis Redding's catalog. My favorite fucking song. Like, and I've heard Jay-Z and Kanye try to cover it. They did not do it justice, in my opinion. This song is a great standalone. However, I would say, and I know this is an arrogant, horrible thing to say, but I want more. I wish he was still alive so I could get more of this song, so he could elaborate this song. Sometimes when you do, I was talking to someone about writing music, and they said, once you record it, it's done. But then when you go and take it live, you can still play with it, and you can make it a little more and turn it into something different.
Try a little tenderness.
Yeah,
dude, that song, man, and
don't go to they take it. I don't know. I don't like what they do. That song means so much to me that a cover of it doesn't do it justice. But the song, I feel like as a musician, I'm not a musician, but I feel like there's still meat on the bone with that song.
Yeah, absolutely. I think his voice to me was always. He's a perfect example of dynamics when you're singing. The way his volume control was always just like, he would always have like a fucking, like, like, call me Mr. Pitiful. Mm-hmm. And he would kind of drop down quiet in these little spots. Baby, that's my name. He would just kind of whisper a little fucking little hits here and there. And it was like, God, he's just got, dude, You Don't Miss Your Water is like one of my favorite songs by him ever, dude.
Really?
It's so beautiful. It's like, he's just he's a precipice for me, man. Him and Ray Charles and fucking Marvin and Stevie Wonder, they're just, we'll never be there, bro.
All I did, I don't know how much fun your life is with this. All I did last night was go through songs that I wanted to hear you sing.
Hell yeah, okay.
I went through, I pulled up, I got to the point where, because I was drunk and I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy the catalog for Blind Melon. Blind Melon is my favorite band ever. You ever listen to Blind Melon?
No. Put me on,
right
bro.
Now
put me
I'm
on,
introducing
Bert.
a fentanyl. Fucking, so Shannon Hoon, bad. I don't know. I'm sure you're tethered to this as well. I love tragic characters. I love a little bit of self-destruction. My artist. I love a little bit of someone out of control. Someone who likes to get on the horse and ride at full speed every now and then. And
I'm that guy too, man. I'm fucking just all gas, no brakes, dude.
All
It's
gas,
like
no
just
brakes.
damaged, man. Shit, shout out to like great Chris Farley, man. With
Buddy,
the fucking there's never better than that, bro.
No, and it's in a weird way, like Kurt Cobain. Just the day he, I love Dave Chappelle, and I was.
God, he's the greatest, man.
Dude.
I have a tattoo of him right here on my leg. Yeah.
Have you ever met him?
Yeah, dude. I got a chance to meet him. He did like a Grammy party, and we went over there, and he had just everybody lock up the phones and stuff, and he was doing. It was so cool, man. He was running kind of like a just open jam, and Corey Henry's on piano, and Thundercat was playing the bass.
I'm fucking obsessed with Corey Henry.
Bro, he's a fucking monster. The sweetest man in the world.
Sweetest man in the fucking world. Corey Henry and me and my wife went to Chappelle's Blue Note Festival. Sunday morning, we're hungover. Leanne never gets hungover. She's hungover. Noon, it's hot as shit. We go out. Corey Henry's, what I can only say, is holding a service for Sunday morning.
Dude, absolutely.
And it was one of the most magical things. He wrote a song in the moment, and he'd go to every instrument and tell them what he wanted with his body, and they'd do it. Went around, and he'd give a line to the backup singers, and then he just improv'd a song in the moment about God and glory and just everything. And I was crying my eyes out. I was sobbing. And Leanne's like, we need a cocktail. And that's not Leanne. I was like, fuck yeah. and I fell in love with that man. I then went and watched him play solo. I had him here on Two Bears with Andrew Huberman. Weird fit. I'm not going to lie to you. But he is fucking magical. That guy is fucking magical.
He really is, man. Yeah, it was such a neat night too, man. Because I've been fucking dying to. I saw Dave one time in London. Because we happened to be out there, me and my manager for a writing trip, and he happened to be playing in London, and Jeff Ross opened up doing and I fucking love that guy. That's my dude, bro. I love him, man. And so when finally getting to meet him was great, dude. And I got to get up there and sing something for him. I did a little crazy Gnarls Barkley, I think it was. And it was great. He was just like, okay, getting a buy-in from Dave Chappelle. That was it for me. Like,
well,
yes, sir.
You're tethered to him. Dave Chappelle is in my limited interactions with him. I just say that, and there's people that know him way better than I do. He is a true artist. He has an artist's heart and an artist's brain. And we were together for the eclipse in Ohio, having cocktails. It was the day Kurt Cobain killed himself. Just happened. And when I shared that with Dave, there's certain people that go, oh, that's interesting, but not Dave. It sits on him. He's like, man. And like Dave's real, oh, Bert, oh my God. And then we start listening to Kurt Cobain. But there is something about those tragic characters that I'm in love with. I don't know, and I wonder if I've maybe parroted it a tad bit in my life. I know that I'm happier, healthier, not partying as hard. I'm happier. I don't know, there's something. And the way the internet is now, like if Kurt Cobain had lived his life, the internet would have just destroyed him.
Yeah, absolutely.
All the fucking haters would have we would never have gotten Nirvana.
That's a great way of looking at that, though. Truly, I think it's maybe it did live its course to the fullest of its extent. Maybe it did, but I would have loved to hear more and hear.
I would have loved.
I couldn't imagine what he would do to like at 27. Like that's another one that's like, God, kids dying that early, man, is so terrifying, man. Because I could some degree like It's something though, I think so about, I'm just now in a point in my life too, where I'm glad it's happening at this point in my life at 31, because I'm like not, I would have spun out like that too at 27 if I would have gotten it. If I would have been like, I would have really I would have shot it up my nose, shot it straight to my liver. I would have been fucking going crazy,
But what's interesting is I don't know if everyone knows this. I'm sure they do, but you're a good kid. Like, you're a good kid.
Well, thank you, man.
Like, you were a good kid.
Bro.
I said it to my wife.
That means the world to hear that, dude.
But you were a good kid. Like, you were raised by good people.
Yeah, sure was.
You had a great grandfather, great grandmother. I don't know. I've listened to a bunch of interviews with you throughout the times, but I remember one time going like, what the fuck? You used to give your allowance, you used to give 10% back to the church.
Yeah, my brother used to give $5 to of our $10 we'd make, like a fucking overachiever, make me look like shit, And I'm like, dude, fuck that, dude. I mean, not fuck that. Like, obviously, like, God is great, but like, great. I was like 10 years old, you know what I mean? I'm like, dude, seriously?
Yeah.
My $1 is not going to change this shit at all. But it was the principles. When you get older, you're like, the principle of that is like, okay, I see what my parents were trying to do. I see what my mom was trying to do by having me tithe and having me give back. And, because at the time it was just like $1 out of 10, that's like 10% of my fucking money I made. And it was like my toy, or like my fucking, I'd be able to go and put all that in quarters and just get a bunch of fake tattoos and put them all over my body. And that's like fucking 2 tattoos less than I would be able to get because of Jesus or whatever,
You've made up for it. What was the first person you saw that was tatted where you were like, God damn it, that's cool as shit?
Man, I'm trying to think of who it was that I think I really like fell in love with tattoos.
Chris Roberts and Bartley Rice, Bill Sansoni. They got peace tats on their ankle. First one I ever saw, I remember saying, your parents let you do that? We were at the end of the island, and Chris Roberts, still one of the coolest fucking dudes in the world. I'll say this. Chris Roberts is one of the coolest motherfuckers in the world. Chris Roberts, I know no one knows him. No one knows this guy. First guy I ever know that bought a Harley. But he bought it in like college. Bought a Harley.
Yeah, what a badass.
Got tatted. He's the first person he had a side piece. Like, when no one was getting tats, he got something very authentically cool. I remember we went for a jog one time. He was a year older than me. When we were in the same fraternity, we went for a jog. We got done, and he lit a cigarette up after the jog. I said, what are you doing? He goes, we earned it. I went, fuck yeah, let's smoke a cigarette. Like, just the coolest. To this day, I
never feel like a cigarette after I get done working. I'm like, fuck, I'm feeling every one I've ever smoked.
Yeah, and he got a tat, and I was like, I'm getting tatted up. And I never got one.
Not one.
Not one, I never. And now I'd get one. I'm going to London with the girls. I'd get one with the girls, but I don't know where to put it because I'm shirtless all the time. I don't want to distract. It's already pretty distracting. Yeah,
if you have one, it's kind of like it's like a fucking billboard. You know what I mean? I think once you get enough, they're just a fucking sea of. I hope that one day just be like a floating dick in a sea of tattoos. You know what I mean? I saw the whole thing just covered.
It is nice. It is. I shaved my pubes pretty aggressively once into a sunrise.
No shit.
Badass, yeah. And I showed a girl my dick that night. She wanted to see it. She asked to see it. And I remember her not looking at my dick and looking at my pubic hair and going, whoa, what is that? I was like, I think I've done the right thing. If I can not let you look at my dick and look at something else.
I really wish I had I don't want to just like look at your dick, obviously, but I wish I could see just for reference.
I wish I had a phone back then. I would have taken so many more pictures of my dick. It was such a.
Just got an old Polaroid of it later.
I was living in New York. It's like when you're really tapped into your creativity. And I shaved everything down to a 4, right? So it's nice, like scruff. And then I drew out in magic marker a sunrise with the streams going up. Then I shaved around the magic marker. Then I washed the magic marker off, and it looked like a fucking sunrise.
It was really good, yeah.
It was really fucking good. I was so proud of it.
You should have been a fucking barber or something,
I love cutting hair. I love cutting hair.
Man, I hated it, dude.
Oh, really?
It was just like, I used to do it for my friends all the time. My mom's does it, you know? And
your mom's a hairdresser, right?
Yeah. And so when I was like 19, I went to cosmetology school, and she was like, look, I'll go and get my teaching degree so I can kind of hold your hand through the whole fucking thing, right? And she's so fucking sweetest woman ever to do that. But I just found that like, it just, people are so touchy about their hair. You know, when you get you could get a bad tattoo and it doesn't mean near as much as like a shitty haircut for 2 weeks. But when you give somebody something about their hair doesn't fit them, their whole life is fucking ruined. They can be ugly. Like the hair is too powerful, I think, of a fucking thing. So it just got me like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to fuck with that on anybody.
I did Mike Osborne's hair when we were in college. Caesar cuts were really big. And I said, let me give you a Caesar. And he was like, for real? I said, yeah, it's gonna look badass.
Did it?
I took tape and I taped his hair down so I could get a straight line. So I taped his hair to his forehead and I went across. And I remember the second it started drying, it started standing up.
Yeah, of course.
And he looked like Simple Jack. But we didn't know what Simple Jack was then. He just looked like a Simple Jack before Simple Jack from Tropic Thunder. And I started laughing so hard. And he goes, does it look cool? And I was like, I fucked up. He was like, what are we going to do? I was like, I think this is your problem now. I was like, buddy, on your own. Oh, I'm giving some bad haircuts in my day.
God, I fucked up a kid's hair one time. I had a good buddy Julian, and he had me cutting his hair, but I think I was maybe 17 or something because we were experimenting with like quercetin, like little triple C pills. You know, like they're straight. It's just over the counter, like cough medicine.
Oh, yeah.
And you could take like 16 of those little pills and you're just fucking whomped out. I don't know. I was like 17. It was a cool thing to do at the time, I thought. And I fucked this kid's hair up so bad. They didn't have the guard on. It was just a bald spot. And fucking poor kid had to go bald for the next 2 weeks because I fucked it up so bad.
This episode is sponsored by Blue Chew. Let's talk about sex. Guys, remember the days when you were always ready to go? Now you can increase your performance and get that extra confidence in the bed. Listen up. BlueChew.com. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra, but in chewable tablet and at a fraction of the cost. You can take them anytime, day or night, so you can plan ahead or be ready whenever when an opportunity arises. The process is simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com. Consult with one of their many licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you receive your prescription within days. The best part, it's all done online. So no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, no waiting in line at the pharmacy. Blue Chew tablets are made in the USA and prepared and shipped direct to your door in a discreet package. Let me tell you something. These things freaking work. The confidence it gives you when you're ready to perform is next level. It makes the performing so much better. Blue Chew wants to help you have better sex. Discover your options at BlueChew.com. Chew it and do it. We've got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew free when you use our promo code Bertcast at checkout and pay just $5 shipping. That's BlueChew.com, promo code Bertcast to receive your first month free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. Thank you, Blue Chew, for sponsoring this podcast. These days, a lot of people are learning all the benefits of fasting, like weight loss, mental and physical performance, and gut health. But don't worry about the whole not eating part. That is exactly why Prolon was created. Introducing Prolon, a revolutionary plant-based nutritional program that nourishes the body while making cells believe they're fasting. Researched and developed for decades at the University of Southern California Longevity Institute and backed by leading U.S. medical centers, Prolon promotes healthy blood sugar, promotes cardiovascular health, and reduces abdominal fat. But Prolon isn't a diet. Prolon is science. Science based on Nobel Prize-winning discoveries in medicine. And this all starts with Prolon's 5-day program. Snacks, soups, and beverages, all designed to keep your body in a fasting state. It's unlike anything you've ever experienced. I've done this no less than 4 times. I'm being serious. I've reached out to them I want you guys to know about them. It is amazing. I've shredded weight every time I've done it. And all of a sudden at the end, I feel no anxiety. I'm telling you my experience. I feel no anxiety. I feel mental clarity. And it, for me, jumpstarts me to get into ketosis. And then I go right into my carnivore diet. It's amazing. My cardiologist is the one that talked to me about it. It's no wonder why why thousands of doctors now recommend Prolon to support healthy blood sugar and cardiovascular health. Right now, listen to me and get this. Prolon is offering Bertcast listeners 10% off their 5-day nutrition program. Go to prolonlife.com/Bert. That's PROLON life.com/Bert for this special offer. That's prolonlife.com/Bert. And when you use it, hit me up with your before and after pictures. I'm dying to see them. The sexiest thing I've ever seen on the internet, hot black woman, right? You don't see her son. She's in the car. I wish I'd followed her. I didn't follow her. The rest of it was all like hot chick stuff. So, but she goes, I wish I could find this clip. Her son comes in. She goes, what's wrong? He goes, I don't like my haircut. He's like maybe 12. She goes, what's wrong? He goes, she clipped me, got me short here. And she goes, go in and tell him. He goes, what? She goes, go in and tell him with your chest. Say it to me right now. I don't like your haircut. And he goes, Mom. And she's like, say it to me. He goes, I don't like your haircut. She goes, say it with your chest. It's the coolest parenting moment I've ever fucking seen. And I was just like, God damn it. More moms like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Say it with your chest to me. And she's beautiful too. And you're like, and then he says, she goes, go in and tell him you're not going to tip him this time. You don't like your haircut. You didn't like his service. Go in and tell him. I was like, whoa, that kid's going to be something.
That kid's going to, yeah. I have an issue with that all the time. It took a long time to get to a point to be like, no, this is what I want, and it took me a very, very long time to get to the point that, I mean, still like to this day, I struggle with that, like being able to say, no, this is what we're doing. This is how we're doing it. And so much in this career now, I find that there's so many opinions involved and everybody in the label and everybody in the team has got opinions, and everybody that's writing the song has these opinions of where it should be or what the song should be or what the album should be or what this is. And sometimes you got to just fucking be like, no, fuck no. This is what I fucking want. This is mine.
And it's also the journey as an artist. The journey isn't success. My journey's never been, I think I maybe heard you say this, about you want to be great. You strive for greatness. You want to be known as one of the greatest. And I heard that and I thought, I feel like that. I don't want people to know it, but I feel that way.
Yeah.
But for me, the greatness is only there if I achieve it. If you tell me how to tell a joke, I'm probably not going to say it that way because that's not my journey. My journey is me figuring it out. That's the fun for me, is to play with the material and to play with the movements and get it there. And that's the joy. And it's got to be so hard in the music industry because you have so many people who have done it before you. You have so many people on your team. You have so many people that are also very talented artists who are like, maybe. And you're like, no, man, this is my fucking thing.
Yeah, and I mean, and ultimately too is any of those people that are involved in it. If my shit falls on its face and I'm the only one left with my career ending, everybody else can go do something else. It's only me, really. At the end of the day, and I think I also have in my life too. Have struggled so much with that when it comes to outside songs. Like sometimes people will send songs that are like will be here's a fucking song. We want you to cut it, and my label will be like, yo, cut the song. And sometimes it's difficult to take something and make something your own, especially when you are the one that writes your, and I like to, I mean, I do a lot of collaboration with people, we might write 4 of us in a room together, but it's always harder for me to take something that's from just an outside perspective and say like, here, and especially when you're cutting it with, if you are going to do that song, then to cut it with somebody and then be so like, no, it needs to be like this, or it needs to be like this, or it needs to be like this. And I'll get to that point where it's like, look, if I can't change these words, or if I can't make it feel like me, or if I can't sing it my own timing and my own perspective here, then fucking keep it. Cause it's not conducive for me to sound exactly like you on it. It's not gonna be my journey, like you said.
What is it? It's interesting because I don't know if you would exist 10 years ago.
I say the same thing, dude. I really do.
I know I wouldn't have. Yeah. I got very lucky. I got very, very lucky to show up with talent at the time I did, when this dude named Joe Rogan's starting his podcast, and I have a ton of stories, and all of a sudden the internet's popping off, and I look at you and I go, man, they would have tried to make you into something
Absolutely, man. Or if I would even have gotten seen or heard to do it, it's
Yeah.
just, which is, I'm so grateful for the social media where it is, or where I was able to kind of, I think, my timing. It's just timing is everything, isn't it? And I'm so grateful that it ended up the way it did, because I got to just kind of carve my own little path and look like this and sound like that and fucking it's all fucking dicks and fart jokes all the time, but I can make you cry too,
They would have had you with gold fronts doing Paul Wall covers.
Yeah, exactly.
They would have been like, that's what you are. This is what you look like.
Hey, Paul Wall was a fucking G though, too.
Paul Wall's a bad motherfucker.
He was a bad
Shout out to Paul Wall.
Yeah.
Like he fucking stayed his course. That man's still selling fucking grills.
Yeah, bro. He's cooking, dog. That he's a bad motherfucker, man. I've never met him in person, but we've talked on Instagram a couple times. And
Oh, for real?
like, when I was like in 7th grade when like Grills came out, that was like prime time. We was on the skating rink. I'm holding a bitch's hand, you know what I'm saying? We making out during glow skate, fucking cop walking around, trying to get a little finger in the panties going, dog. You know what I mean? We were fucking. I was in 7th grade at the time too.
Yeah,
just to clarify.
Oh, no. The story's wildly different if it's 3 years ago. Finger at 7th graders on a roller skating rink at fucking 27's an aggressive
I just
move.
wanted to clarify that.
Man, I would love to finger my wife at a roller skating rink. Couple skate, just fucking
banging her out.
I remember watching dudes feel chicks up on couple skates going like, yeah, that's going to be me. Shout out to for having boundaries.
Hey, where'd that drink at? We get him going.
Yeah, we're going to get a drink, Pete? Pete? But right now, my Pete, your Pete's right there, and my Pete's going, okay, yeah. You like tequila?
I love it.
We got great tequila. Can you get the Dragon? You ever have Casa Dragones?
I don't think so.
Will you tell Pete to grab the Casa Dragones? It's fucking sweet.
Yeah,
I should have you drink my vodka.
Yeah, I'll take some of that too.
Bring the vodka up. I just got my vodka. It's right there. Dosos Porosos. And I just misgendered my own. That's not the good one. That's
Bears.
That's 2 bears. Yeah, it's 4 bears. We just launched it, and I have so many. What's the typical day on tour look like for you?
Man, so
mine's boring as fucking shit.
Dude,
now.
It's ridiculous for us. It's a lot of times we're getting a lot of like radio situations going. So, sometimes you're up at fucking 8 a.m., 7 a.m., going into a radio station. We're doing like a little acoustic few song situation or meet and greet.
What do they always ask you to play?
Lose Control. Obviously, I'm always on. It's usually right now we'll do like 3 or 4. I would love that. Yeah,
I'll sing you your song. It's really bad.
I love it.
I just ruined it downstairs.
Are you been practicing?
Oh, buddy. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I don't play it good, but man, I play it. And my thing when I sing is I either sound like the guy from B-52s or I sing really loud. Like I feel like my power in my voice comes out when I'm yelling.
Yeah, that's kind of it's tough too, because that happens to me like a lot of times I'm trying on this album to write more songs that aren't just yelling all the time, because I find in an hour and a half set I am fucking most of my songs are me just fucking going for it the whole time, and we try to put it after like 3 or 4 days on in a row. I'm starting to get gassed.
Can I turn you on to a song I'd love to hear you sing?
Yeah.
By the way, can you pull up I've Never Been to Spain? Have you heard that?
I don't know,
buddy. So I told who Goose is?
Yeah,
he's one of my favorite bands in the world.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I told Rick, lead singer Goose, you got to cover this song. It's Elvis Presley. This is such a badass fucking song.
Okay.
Here you have headsets right there. Pete's going to pour us a drink. This is the first way to experience this drink. Let's start with a little tequila.
This is going great.
I'm good with, I'll just go neat. Or not neat, but on the rocks.
That sounds good to me. A little rocky would be great.
Okay. So throw your headsets on.
Okay.
Pete, pour us cocktails. And then I want you to hear this, because what it's got, I don't know anything about music. I can just tell you in comedy. I can't do what you guys do. You can take me somewhere, go up and go down, and you can fucking hammer. This song is so fucking badass. How fucking great is
That is fucking
Elvis?
amazing. I never... I quite missed a lot of Elvis growing up, man. I didn't really grow up on so much of it. He wasn't really like...
I'm trying to guess the music that was allowed in your house, because I grew up with Pentecostal friends. Little tequila.
Oh, I love it.
buddy, congratulations on your
thank
success.
you, man.
It's fun to have you in the world. Don't forget that. We love you, and you make the world a better place.
Man. That's beautiful to hear. Yeah.
It's the truth. It's the truth.
Wow, man. Thank you. This is good. This is good to feel.
I'm going to have a weird set at the store tonight.
Are you playing tonight,
Yeah, I got a show tonight. I got to work on stuff. I got to figure it out.
What time are you playing?
I don't know.
I want to go see you.
Come out.
Yeah, I would love to, dude.
Fuck yeah.
All I got is this little doctor's appointment, man. I would love to come out. That sounds like a fucking blast.
There's something. So wait, go back to your touring. So I'm curious because my touring is so lame right now. Like someone, I had some celebrities come, and I was like, I can't get off my schedule because my schedule is pretty. I wake up, we do an adventure in the city. I usually go to a sporting goods store. I love sporting goods stores. And then we come back. I'll take a nap. I wake up around 5:30. I work out from 6 to 7. Ooh. I then would do aggressive workout. I don't talk. I do vocal warm-ups. And then I go on stage at 8. And then when I get off, I hit a vape pen. I go to my bunk, watch a documentary on tarpon fishing, fucking some lame shit, get good sleep. And then, but this last week I drank. I was drinking. I was having a couple cocktails after, get off stage, couple cocktails. We had a bunch of people showing up, all big arenas. And so I was kind of not feeling it, But what does your day look like?
Well, I mean, see, this year I'm really trying to change it a lot more than, because I found last year I was just fucking going for it. Every day for like 9 months, I was on a fucking mean one.
It's
bro.
fun.
But I was on a fucking sick one, dog.
It gives you something to look forward to, especially like when. Okay, so give me partying, Teddy. I want to know what.
So what the thing is, like, we start, like, the day kind of starts with like a 6 p.m. I have a meet and greet with people, and it's like, there's takes about an hour. We get through 100 people, and I think it's the most beautiful thing in the world, though, because you get to meet. You get like 20 seconds with them, though. It's unfortunate, but they get to hear stories of, like, this song got me through this. And so you meet 100 people, but it's a fucking roller coaster of emotions, like one person's super excited to fucking see you and smiling, and you're there, the next person's like, hey man, your song, Some Things I Never Know, got me through. My husband passed away back in October. He was supposed to be here at the show, and just we're sobbing. I'm crying with him, and I'm like, oh, it means so much to hear that. We're crying, and then they get like 20 seconds, and they get pushed on out to the next person, and the next person's like stoked, and then you're like, oh, and then you're crying on the next. You're trying to meet everybody where they are, and I found last year I was having a hard time with that too, because it was like, I need a fucking drink if I need a couple shots if I can deal with that, And
you don't realize that where you connect with people most often when they want to talk to you about it is in a low place of their lives. And it's hard to get yourself there to feel it with them. And you try, and you're right. Having a drink with them is having a drink on your hand allows you to connect.
Yeah. I'll be so like anxiety kind of riddled when it comes to like, just trying to, and I find that, like, as we've been touring for the last couple of years, it's always like there's fucking, even if you're trying to be on the better side and not drink or do anything, it always seems like it's like every fucking show is a hometown, it feels like. And I've made some good friends as I've been out touring, and I'll find some good friends and I'll make some new friends, or somebody will have, hey, my cousin wants to come through here. And I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, bring them on. Tell them bring their mom, their fucking dog. I don't care. Yeah. I love it. And so we always end up the green room kind of turns into a fucking party, and, before the show and after the show. And after the show, I'm so like fired up. I'm like, let's get fucking shit housed, I can't help it, And so I find like we go for it, and sometimes you're up till fucking 5 a.m. and then you're back up at goddamn 8 in the morning.
Fucking 3. Hey, well, hang on, we're gonna have one more on the bus. Yeah. Let's talk shit. Let's fucking put on some, like, those are the best.
Those are the best nights. Yeah, man.
I wish I could gift everyone the opportunity to tour in the tour bus.
It is a blast, man.
It is a blast. Fun.
It's the funnest thing, dude.
Imagine if you went to summer camp and the counselors were like, hey, just so you know, you're allowed to do drugs and alcohol here, and I'm gonna leave.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, fucking right. Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, 12,000 people are gonna tell you every night before you go to bed that they really fucking love you.
Yeah, it's
I wish I was fucking chicks on the road. I hope my wife hears this. I got to be honest with you. It's the only thing that I wonder what that would be like to just put chicks on the bus and go, we'll drop you off in Needles.
Dude, I had my stance with that. I had my stint with that last year. And it was fucking a blast for a while.
Wait, what's it like fucking pussy? I want to know.
It was
I've
awesome.
only had sex with menopausal women on my bus.
That's awesome.
Shout out to my wife. By the way, getting laid on a tour bus is funny shit.
It is. It's cool.
Funny shit.
Because I'm luckily now I got that little back room back there, and it's a whole room and not just a bunk. And so you can kind of, I took a girl or two to a couple cities and it'll fly you back, fucking a couple days.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah,
I just realized I have money. I could be like, I was thinking we'll Uber them back. I don't know what I was thinking.
No, like I would take one.
They're
for
only
going to
be 5 miles outside of the city when I'm done.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I'll take a fucking couple days. Well, just come on, fucking pack it back. Let's go. Let's do it for a couple days and then send them back. And it was fun for a while, but it was just getting to. I think my brain started, and I got that Raya app too. Which, it's like freaking for like, it's just like for everybody's like a fucking model or a doctor or something. And I was just cleaning up fucking shop on that thing, bro. I was cleaning a house on that fucking bad boy.
Jesus.
Every day. I was
on
like,
Raya just to show Leanne what I'm sacrificing.
Dude, it was fucking
I'm gonna
awesome.
send her pictures of dimes going, just, she's at my show and I'm not flying her home. I'm calling you on FaceTime and listening about the fashion show.
Well, it was great, man. Every day I literally it just said Teddy in my fucking bio. There's a picture of me and it says singer. And then that's all it needed to be because it's linked to my Instagram. And so all I would do is just like, I would just match with the girl and I would just see if she would hit me first. And then sure enough, like clockwork, I'd always having it like, yes, how you doing? Can I
see your Raya? I want to see what
I don't have it anymore. I'm
fuck.
Yeah,
I would love to see. I've never been on social media for chicks.
I might get downloaded again, but I just have to let me download it. But hey baby, I'm sorry, girl. I love you. All right, I'm just going down. I'm just delete it as soon as we're done. But
I had a chick sneak on my bus one time, hiding in my room, and my cousin Andrew found her. And I'm so strict. I'm so strict that like I don't really touch people when I do. I touch dudes, but I don't like try to touch women when I do pictures.
Yeah, sure, fair.
They touch me and that's totally cool. But I just feel like a lot of them are younger than me, and I just feel like it's a creepy look. I have touched women. I definitely have had my hands on their shoulders, but for the most part, I try not to touch them. I don't know why.
It's a reasonable. You see that? Ever see those pictures of Keanu Reeves where he's like? There's pictures of him all the time where he's like around a woman and his arms like behind them but not touching them at all. Yeah. Smart play,
I
very
do that.
Genius play.
Because I'm also always shirtless, so it's a weird.
I guess that makes sense too. Yeah. That's a different thing. When we're doing my picture, I'll always give somebody a hug and tell them I love them, and
I'll give hugs. Girl came to my show. It's interesting. I had an opportunity to meet John Mellencamp.
Oh, cool.
Buddy. He is fucking awesome. You forget how great he is for America. Like he put out, I'm really into music, but he made music about a part of America that was that now we all know has been no one's spoken up for, But like when you listen to his things, he's got a lyric. I talked to him about this lyric. My wife is like you. My wife grew up like you. And so certain things you guys have in your vernacular of things of your experience that like a Sears catalog was like actually where you would get fucking clothes. So there's a line in Jack and Diane, slip you out of those Bobby Brooks slacks and do what I please. I didn't know what that lyric was. I was with Leanne. It makes me emotional when I hear it. We were driving in the mountains and I was singing it wrong. And she said, no, it's Bobby Brooks slacks. I said, what's that? She goes, Bobby Brooks slacks, something like all us girls in the South, you got Bobby Brooks slacks. That was the pants you got. That's just what they sold. So I meet John Mellencamp. I said, right before then, the woman comes up to me. They're like, yo, you got to run over right now. He's at the arena next door. We're going to run you over. He's getting off stage in like 10. And then they're like, oh, you got one more meet and greet. And it was a young lady, her husband had passed. And she was, and it was weird because in my head, I'm going, I got to run over. I want to meet John Mellencamp. But then you realize, well, I got to sit with this moment with this lady who lost her husband. And I guess he watched The Cabin and watched the movie and watched everything in hospice, and it made him laugh and brought him joy. And she's sobbing. And then I start crying. And then I'm like, wow, I'm about to do this to John Mellencamp. Like, I'm about to do what this happening to me, I'm about to do to him.
Oh, that gave me chills, bro. It's so beautiful to hear that.
I went up to him and I was like,
wow, man.
I was like, Mr. Mellencamp.
Emotional.
I was like, first of all, you look amazing. He goes, I'm 72. How old are you? I said, 51. He's like, you look like a bag of shit. And I was like, no, he didn't say that. He didn't say that. I said that to him. But I told him how much his music meant to me and how it can bring me to tears. And he was really fucking generous with his time. Talked to me. FaceTime his son. Son, Hud, is a big fan of mine. FaceTime Hud.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and then Hud, he's like, you're in Louisville tomorrow. And I said, I am. He said, Hud's going to come out. Hud and Speck, his other son. They're going to come out to your show. I was like, fuck yeah. Bring them backstage. Got those boys shirtless. Did shots of whiskey. Had to play John Mellencamp all night long in the green room. I go, hope this isn't fucking weird. And they're like, fuck no, we love our dad's music. And, but he was fucking amazing. Just fucking.
God, see, I love, it's such beautiful stuff, man. When you meet somebody like that and they are like that, you know, and they're just so precious and they're just like, just fucking give you time and they always have time.
It's an example, you know, I'm sure you get this from the church, but I grew up going to the church, Catholic church. We couldn't really draw direction from how to live your life based on the priests. Priests are always fucking weird.
Yeah.
But you would get good religious people. Jimmy Giles was a Buck, played for the Bucks. Him, Doug Williams, they all went to the same church I went to as a kid. I found that out later, meeting Doug Williams, that they all went to that same church. But because Jimmy Giles went to that church, I want to be like that. Like, that's a good, and when you meet cool celebrities like Dave Chappelle, perfect example, you go, that's a good channel marker of how I need to live my life. Generous, very private, very fucking, I mean, I'm blown away by, he's a brilliant comedian. I mean, he went up before me at his new club. I had a very hard time following him. Obviously, he's the greatest comedian in the world, but I watched him think on stage. That's great. Sitting with him backstage and having him think and talk in the way his brain works, I'm just fucking floored. And those people, John Mellencamp is an example of how to treat someone.
Yeah, absolutely.
He doesn't have to be nice. He doesn't have to take the time. He doesn't have to sit and listen to me break down his songs. I'm sure people have done that to him his whole fucking life. And he did it. And I was like, and by the way, never a bad word comes out of anyone's mouth. Someone said to me one time, you treat a fan nice, you have a fan for life. You treat a fan shitty, and the world's going to find out about it.
Absolutely, man. You know, it's nothing worse than even if it's fucking 5:30 in the morning and you're fucking exhausted and somebody says hello. You can't, if I'm sitting somewhere and somebody's like, are you Teddy Swims? I'm like, no, it's not a fucking good time. It's like, you know, like, come on, bro. You asked for this, like life, you know, and if somebody's really means, you know, and they want to see you and they feel like they just want to say something, and it's man, like you gotta give everybody that time. And man, I think Diamond Dallas Page, man, if you're a resident fan, my fucking, I know, my second father, man, like really my second.
Oh yeah, he's out in Georgia.
Yeah, and he's flying through here today too. And
is he really?
Yeah, he said he's got a layover out here for this evening and I'm gonna see him and But he's taught me so much, man. He's like literally, and every time I've ever been around him and out with him and people were coming to him and talking, he's always got time and he's always answering the phone. He's changed people's lives. He's getting people in.
Yeah, he's changed people's lives.
He's just fucking changing my life, man. I mean, literally over the pandemic, like I lost fucking 60, 70 pounds with him, man.
Doing really DDP yoga?
Yeah. And it's the most amazing human being. Like daily calls me. Weekly fucking wants me like, so we need to get on a talk every week, once a week. We need to get your head right. You're going through this, you know, Bob. And he's just like been like, he's just got that time and he just treats you like you're the most important person in the world.
I think that I'm going to break down Diamond Dallas Page, right? I think like ourselves, he got success a little later in life. He wasn't always like he was a pro wrestler later. I think he was like 35.
Yeah.
35 when he started pro wrestling. And so he appreciates it. There's something really precious about getting stuff when you thought you weren't going to get it.
Well, and when I met him, he was turning 65, you know, and it was at the time too where him and my finance guy was like, yo, you know, we should start putting money away for when you're 65, you know, and I was like, fuck, I don't even fucking plan on being here that long. At the time, I was just such a fucking shit show in my brain, you know, and I was also like, I want to spend my money now. I don't want to save it. I don't know if I'm going to be here at 65, well, you know, whatever. And when I met him, it was like, being with him and hanging with him every day and getting this advice and this mentorship and seeing him at 65 have a whole nother career that's also more life-changing to people and more and saving these people's lives.
Saving them. You see what he did? You see what he did to Butterbean?
Yeah, it's crazy, man. And it made me just realize too, because like at the same time, my mom was she's been a hairstylist forever, but her best friend's a mortician, and she was like starting to do like hair and makeup for people in our family that would pass, or old friends and stuff. And she's like, baby, I think I want to like do this a lot, and I have like a passion about this. And there's nothing nicer when people say, you made my mom look beautiful, or you made my brother look beautiful. And she's like, it's really becoming a passion of mine, and I think I want to run for coroner. And so now she's like, next election in Covington, wanting to run for coroner. And like, and I'm like, and it really had me thinking, like,
buddy, we can blow that shit out.
Yeah, baby.
We can fucking campaign the fuck for her.
Come on,
dude, we put on one show. I'll do stand-up, you sing.
That's so nice.
We got that shit locked.
She would shit her pants,
We would kill, and then she would take care of the bodies afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it really had me thinking that, like, you know what, if I feel like I'm doing what I'm doing and there's like nothing else but I could be at 60 years old, like, fuck, man, maybe I want to do this with my life. Maybe there's a whole nother life to have, a whole nother career to have, a whole nother thing.
I was toying with that last night. I watched Steve Martin's documentary, and things are different. It's hard to compare him to what we do now, because back then you wrote 1 hour and then you did your hour, and then he got so big that he was like, well, I'm done. I did it. But I was thinking, why not tap the fuck out? Why not fucking walk away from it? Why not? Like, what is life? How good would life be? All the greats did it. All the greats walked away from it. Or like when we talk about Kurt Cobain, I mean, then you go, well, fucking Dave Grohl's still fucking killing it. Like, God, and Dave Grohl's life looks awesome.
Dude, yeah, I saw them play. What was it, Boston Con or something like that last year? God, it was fucking badass, dude. That was one of the coolest shows I've ever seen. Dude. I've listened to my whole life, but just seeing them live was like, fucking goddamn, it was cool as shit, dude. Nothing makes me happier than a fucking good live show, dude.
Nothing makes me happier than someone living their life, like someone fucking killing it. I've talked about this so much. Dave Matthews was a big influence on us when we were kids.
Yeah, sure.
We saw him live at the Milk Bar in Tallahassee in like 92. I mean, you're talking Puka Shell Necklace, fucking playing all his hits and all his originals, and they're all as good the first time you hear them as the first time you fucking hear them. And then, you follow him and you go see him a bunch, and then he kind of falls off your radar and you listen to new music. And then one night I see him in San Diego. We're doing the same festival, like Kazaa or Tada or some shit. And he looked fucking spectacular. He looked good, and he was having fun on stage. And I went, that's the thing. I had this conversation with Chappelle as well. When you embody joy on stage, when you translate joy on stage, it permeates, and it makes people feel joy. Man, Dave Matthews, another fucking solid guy, just living life, having fucking fun. Who would you okay, if I said you get to have his career, who would you want it to be? Meaning, and don't say like, because I understand that we'll all have our own careers. We'll all redefine how careers looked at. No one's going to be, you haven't walked through anyone's shoes to get where you are, and you're not going to continue that. But having said that, like if there was one person you could go like, it would be cool to be
Michael Jackson, dude. The whole fucking thing, bro. The whole fucking thing. The precipice, bro. The one that's like, I said that if I got another Grammy, and this is 7, which is a record, that I would take my glasses off. But I don't want to take my glasses off, but I'm going to do it for Miss Hepburn here. She's a dear friend of mine. And he just does it and waves and then walks off. And he goes to win another Grammy that night, like 8 that night, bro. He's a fucking monster, bro.
He is a monster on many levels, but he's, yeah, there's Michael Jackson. You forget. I mean, I remember hearing Thriller for the first time.
God damn it. Yeah, bro.
I can tell you where we were. We were passing Fletcher Avenue on 275 in Tampa, heading north, about to get off on Bears. And my mom said, do you guys want to hear Thriller? And we were like, yeah. She put it in. And it was so cool because I had to figure it out because it's like a scary song at first. Woo! And I was like, what the fuck are we listening to? Man, we sat in the driveway and listened to it
That's
twice.
so wild, dude. Because like, it's so cool to hear that. Because I mean, since I've been alive, that's just been a staple of music, And so I couldn't imagine what it was like the first time that like. That's why my pops talks about it.
Best one,
Yeah.
Billie Jean.
My dad
one.
talks about when he goes see him live and shit. And I was like, Dad, that's gotta be so fucking cool. He was like, dude, he was the fucking man. Like there was nothing in the world as big as Michael Jackson. He's like going to see him live. It was at his fucking peak. I'm just so jealous of my dad for that because I'm like, dude, I just know it as what it was,
Yeah.
And so there's never been even so much music today is like kind of made, and so much of that inspired by so much of what he did. So I can't imagine when music was never even there. And then the first time you hear like a fucking Billie Jean being like, what the fuck is this? This is crazy.
Batting cages at Forest Hills, baseball, in the batting cages, someone has a boom box and they put on Billie Jean and I went, huh? And they're like, have you seen the video? Because MTV had just come out. I was like, what? And they're like, oh, he like dances and the things light up and you got to see. I remember when he played at the Grammys and did the moonwalk. I remember that. I thought I saw magic. When he did the moonwalk, I thought I saw magic. I went, what? And my dad had recorded it. We had a VCR. He recorded it on the VCR. And I said, you recorded this? And he said, yeah, this is when remote controls were tethered to the fucking, there was a cord.
Whoa.
And I watched that. I learned how to moonwalk and I watched him do it and I broke it down like frame by frame. I thought I saw magic. That moonwalk. Can you play the moonwalk from the Grammys? That moonwalk. Do you remember that?
Yes, of course I do.
It was so fucking cool. It was like, and everything about him, the style, everything about him was cool as fucking shit.
Dude, it just was the best, man. It's the fucking best, man. I have him to thank for everything in my career, like he's just fucking.
Michael Jackson, first moonwalk. Holy shit.
People had never seen shit like that ever. Woo!
Dude, it was fucking.
When you look up, there's a old song by Chris Brown and Usher called New Flame, but Usher in his verse does this glitch moonwalk and he's like moving his legs. It's fucking wild.
For real?
When you look up this Usher moonwalk, it's New Flame. It'll be it's just a music video. New Flame. Yeah. It'll be with Chris Brown. Usher was smooth with it. Just hit that. That's just a clip of it. It's crazy. That clip, Usher was smooth with it. It's so sick, man. He does this little glitch right here in this fucking scene. It's so fucking nasty. I've never seen anything like this. He does this like fucking little glitch. It's like, he's like just ticking his body at the same time. He's about to hit this bitch. Like,
oh my God.
It's so sick. It's just ticking the whole time.
Skies out, thighs out. Summer is right around the corner, and our friends at Chubby's are bringing the good vibrations. Chubby's is a lifestyle apparel brand that makes every moment feel like a vacation. They say fashion is an expression of one's character, so why not let the world know you're down for a good time? Chubby's offers a variety of high-quality men's apparel, from super stretchy shorts and swim trunks in 3 short inseam lengths to pants, polos, and button-down shirts for when you need to hit up your favorite weekend brunch spot. Embrace the spirit of endless summers with Chubby's, the ultimate destination for the bold, vibrant, and outrageously comfortable clothing. For a limited time, Chubby's is giving our listeners 20% off your order with our exclusive code. Use code Bertcast at chubbysshorts.com. Got your new swimsuit lined up for this summer? If not, check out their classic line swim collection. Chubby's swim trunks feature quick-drying 4-way stretch fabric, an elastic waistband, single zippered back pocket, and a built-in mesh boxer brief liner. Pockets in swimsuits, huge. Available in multiple inseams. I like the shorter ones. These trunks are offered in vibrant colors and fun patterns for maximum beach ready style. These swimsuits also feature a lightweight anti-chafing liner to protect your boys all beach season. I'm telling you, man, I got the whole Chubby's collection. It's a go-to. It is a go-to, especially when I'm at the beach or even just messing around in the backyard and I know I'm going to get in the pool. Whether you're getting dressed for work, a workout, or a weekend getaway, Chubby's has you covered. For a limited time, Chubby's is giving our listeners 20% off your order with our code Bertcast at chubbysshorts.com. That's code Bertcast at chubbysshorts.com. Support our show and tell them we sent you. Don't blend into the crowd this summer. Stand out with Chubbies. Shout out to our sponsor, True Classic, for making us fellas look and feel good no matter how we move. Elevate your style this summer with True Classic. Their timeless pieces are beautiful, and it meets with modern comfort. For a limited time, get 25% off when you shop now with my exclusive link at trueclassic.com/Bertcast. Say goodbye to the old worn-out tees and hello to True Classic's ultra-comfortable essential range. From fitted t-shirts, athleisure, jeans, sweaters, outerwear, and more. Designed to accentuate your best features, True Classic shirts are tailored for a perfect fit. Snug in the arms and in the chest with just the right amount of room in the midsection. The best part is that True Classic sells premium products at an affordable price. You can get their best-selling t-shirts, hoodies, jeans, and more in 3, 6, and 9 packs. Start your summer wardrobe with classic crew t-shirts, breathable and versatile for perfect sunny days or casual outing. These shirts are so complimentary that when I wear them, Tommy will go, "Is that a True Classic shirt?" You can tell the difference. When you see someone, you can tell the difference. It looks like they're jacked. So if you're ready to upgrade your closet, shop now with my exclusive link at trueclassic.com/Bertcast and save up to 25% off your first order. Discover the perfect blend of summer vibes and timeless elegance with True Classic. Shop now and elevate your summer wardrobe with ease. I was doing an arena. I think I was at the United Center in Chicago, and they treat you nice when you do the big ones. They bring you in the team store, they deck you out and whatever you want. You usually have like a couple security guards with you, 2 older black women with me, and I see Chris Brown, and I go, "Wow, Chris Brown's still touring?" And this woman looks at me and goes, "You ain't shit compared to Chris Brown." I said, "What?" She goes, "Chris Brown is a god." And I went, "For real?" She goes, "You ever seen him live?" I said, "No." And she goes, "I'll be working that night." I went, "Really?" She goes, "Best live show I've ever seen in my life." Then she starts breaking down. She goes, "You ever see him on the Today Show?" I went, "What?" She goes, "Yep, Google him on the Today." She broke me down, Chris Brown. I'm in my fucking bunk. Chris Brown.
He's a monster, bro.
Pete, where you going?
He's the closest thing that we have to a Michael Jackson, bro.
Chris
really
Brown
is the closest thing we got this day and age, because I remember dancing vocally. He's a fucking freak.
He really is.
He's a freak, dude. His last 3 albums have all been 35, 50 something songs on him. He's just dumping shit. He's just dumping his fucking hard drives. It's nuts.
Man, he fucking, I mean, to go through what he's gone through and still have a career, it means your talent just overshines. I kind of wish I had maybe not.
Something problematic like that happened to you?
Beat up Leanne in a Corvette. She'd kick my ass.
Yeah.
She would beat me. I think I'd be, because redneck women.
Oh, absolutely.
You don't take a swing at a redneck.
Oh, fucking absolutely not.
You don't take a swing at a redneck. Is there any chicks that you grew up with that you always wanted to have sex with that have now follow you on Instagram?
Yeah. I mean, it happens quite a bit, dude, and I really love it. I was not too long ago, before I got into another relationship, I had this one girl that was from my hometown that I always, we'd always talk forever, but we were gonna we were gonna fucking do the damn thing, because I was like, hell yeah, baby, fucking right, it's time, but she was also in a fucking relationship, and it was fucking, I wasn't trying to be like the other, man, but.
I had a chick one time that I always had a crush on, came to my show and was introducing herself to us, introducing how we knew each other. She said, "Yeah, we almost hooked up in New York." And I went, "What?" She was like, "You don't remember ... We were and I thought you were going to kiss me, but you didn't." And I went, "Bitch, why wouldn't you just be a little more forthcoming in the moment?"
Dude, I found that too, so much of I don't know if it's now because I do what I do now, or I'm successful, or just carry myself with more confidence than I did when I was a younger kid. Because maybe I thought I was just a fucking fat kid that couldn't get any. So maybe I was just could have had it the whole time, but was just a scared little bitch about it.
Do you notice something in your person? I'll say it to
Absolutely.
me. Something shifted in my personality. When I got famous, it's almost like first person I ever watched get famous and become themselves, I mean this with love, was Dane Cook. Dane Cook, well, he went through a lot of shit at that time that he got famous. His parents both passed. Brother stole money from him.
It's crazy.
All this shit happened to Dane. I remember seeing him and going, "Man, you seem so much more relaxed." And I don't know if it was a fame or not. I remember him saying, "I've had a fucking rough year." But I will say that for me, getting famous was the this sounds really gross, but I'm going to say it. It was kind of the missing link in me being comfortable with who I am.
I think the same way, man. I think there's some validation about it though, that like, I think maybe this validation was the thing, you know, that I needed to possibly like really, and I think it was not so much the validation. It was the validation that came. It was how I handled myself after I got it, because I originally, you know, when I first started getting some level of success and some sort of notoriety, I came to be like, fuck, this has not answered any of my issues or any of my problem. And I went through a phase where, thank God to DDP again, for like, he's like, you know, helping my brain be, and started to making me look at myself in the mirror and say like, I love you, bro. You're doing great. And like,
do you know what I do?
Shit like that.
Do you know what I do? Do you know what I do? When I look in the mirror, I talk to that guy and then I give him a kiss. I kiss the mirror.
I love that.
I give him a kiss. I say, I love you, buddy. Everyone loves you. This is who we are. I did it. I've done it. I do it. I almost do it every morning.
It's life changing to do that, man. It is, because as soon as I started doing that and looking at because I realized when I would just always look at what I was wearing, but never looked right at my own eyes before, you know, or made eye contact with myself before, and telling myself I love you, and because there's something in my brain that was like, when I get to this, or when I can do music full time, or when I can like, I'm at this level, I'll be happy, and I'll like, all my problems will be different, and everything that I'm going with internally is going to be, and it's such a fucking awful thing to do to yourself, is to think that some level of validation is going to create some validation for yourself. Yeah. You know, and so as soon as I learned how to get this fucking, as DDP calls it, this 6 inches piece of real estate between your eyes, or between your ears, fucking handled, and now that validation feels good, because I also believe it. You know, I believe that I'm good. I believe that I'm worthy of love, and I believe that I believe that I'm great. You know, and I mean, it doesn't every day, but you know, like, not every day. You wake up and you fucking I
gotta shut it down sometimes. I gotta shut down the bad voices in my head. I had them the other morning. Woke up wherever the fuck I was in South Carolina, bad voices, and I was in bed a little hungover, and I was like, nope, I'm not gonna let you talk to me like that. It's me. I said, let's get out of bed and go for a jog. And I went for a jog, and most of it was a walk with coffee and a Zen. And I just was like, life is beautiful. Life is great.
Yeah, get moving is just good.
Getting moving is great. Yeah. I had a moment when I was 27. I was making more money than I ever made. I was in a nice car. I was listening to Ja Rule. I had a Jason Williams jersey on. It was winter in LA. It was fucking perfect.
Oh, what a memory.
And I remember saying to myself, I thought this would feel better. I was like, I got everything. What am I missing? And I didn't know what it was. And I know for a fact, when I was broke, I remember Leanne one time saw me skate. She asked me to get milk. We needed milk, and we didn't have a ton of money. And I skateboarded to Ralph's, and I was skateboarding back, and I bought myself a Tallboy Foster's for the skateboard ride back.
Shit, yeah.
I was listening to Blind Melon, and had my headsets on, and I was on my skateboard, milk in one hand, Tallboy in the other, and Leanne's looking out over the balcony, watching me skateboard, and I was just skateboarding, longboard back and forth, and I was fucking smiling ear to fucking ear, broke as fuck, happier than I was with that Jason Williams jersey on. And Leanne said to me when I got up, I thought she was going to get mad at me for spending our money on the fucking Tallboy Fosters. She goes, don't ever lose that boy that was just skateboarding. That's who you want to be.
Oh, I just got chills. Come on.
She's a fucking bad bitch.
Angel,
She's
man.
a fucking bad bitch.
Hell yeah, dude. Look, can I ask you some advice here? Yeah, like,
sure.
So I found, dude, just not too long ago, you know, we did so much touring last year, and it's still kind of new territory for me to be growing and going and touring, because most of my fucking time was on a pandemic, right? So it's just been a couple years I've been doing this now, and I found that it's quite crazy, because I have to change my mindset sometimes. When I get done, we did like so much touring last year, but there was a moment I found that I was sitting by myself and at my house, and I used to love my alone time, and I fucking absolutely had I was so excited to get home to actually have some alone time, and I felt myself for one moment feeling like kind of depressed about it, like, because I think there's like, you know, something that happens that's so unnatural in the human brain when you're getting adoration every night, that you get so used to this level of dopamine that just fucking goes off in your brain, that now when you get home, it takes me like a week or so to be like, you're not depressed, bro. You're fine. You're just like, your body's probably just shutting down the fucking creation of dopamine, because it's just over firing all the time and overstimulated. And so how do you like, does that ever happen to you where you get home and you're like, I'm kind of like not getting the same level of like fucking, I'm feeling a little depressed. How do I just turn that little, does that ever happen to you when you're like, okay.
We call it, I wish Leanne was up here because Leanne's really smart. But we call it re-entry. And I come in hot. I came in hot last night. I've been listening to music on the fucking plane. I started you got me into a deep dive of everything. I'm fucking like a real deep dive.
I appreciate that.
I came home. I had a haircut set up. My hair guy's in the back, and I made everyone come in. I get real needy, and I'm like, I need everyone in here. And so fucking Stacy, Leanne, Isla, Pete, everyone's in the. I don't know if Pete was there, but everyone's in the back, and I just playing music, get my hair cut, and I'm having a cocktail. Leanne is very generous, and she knows it's re-entry, and she gives me my space. She knows that I'm going to be depressed the next couple days. The real depression for me, and I'm trying a fucking workaround for it. I was problem solving last night. I think you said something on a podcast I don't know what, I forget what you fucking said, but I heard it and I went, I'm shaving off my beard. I'm shaving off my fucking beard. When I get done my special, July 7th, I'm going to have real depression. I'm getting off the road for 9 months. I'm not going to tour. I'm going to fucking try to live a regular life. I want to do some fun stuff. I want to enjoy my life. The girls will both be in college. Leanne and I need to really establish who we are as a couple at home without me being on the road and coming back and her just being a fucking single chick living in a house with 2 dogs and fucking 9, whatever, how many cats she has. And so I was like, I need to really I need to do something to embrace that moment because I get sincere. I really feel like a loser. I feel like a loser. People that I love, I'll see them doing something fun. Like Rogan will be on a hunt. I go, I'm not doing shit with my life. Fuck, man, fuck. I beat myself up about it. I have a hard time being alone. I have a hard time coming off the road. This is easy for me. Like right now, we're in this huge tour. I know how overwhelmed I am. I'm burning it at both ends, really bad. I'm working out hard, but I'm living a little harder than I should, and I'm building to work towards something. I got really excited about today. Obviously, I got podcasts all week, and then I go back out on the road, spending time with Isla. But yeah, man, I deal with that depression. I have a hard time being alone. I wish I liked reading. I don't like reading.
I fucking suck at it. I've been when I'm here, it's nice though. When you're in fucking shit traffic all the time, I find that audiobooks have been like a really fucking great thing for
history podcast.
I love audiobook,
fucking
man.
Oliver Cromwell has been my fucking.
Okay, you have to send me a link, but I'll check it. Because I find that when I'm driving too, it's hard for me to listen to music as an enjoyer of music. So when I'm like on my own and I'm driving, listening to music always ends up being like fucking picking at myself or like picking at like, oh, I want to do something like this, or like, fuck, why is this so fucking badass and I suck? Like,
John Mulaney. I can't watch anything John Mulaney does. I go, why? How come he can just sit still? How come he's not talking more? How come he can just? I can't. There's certain people that I gotta watch and like that. I can't watch certain comedies, but I can watch everyone's comedy special. Shane Gillis's was a treat. Have you seen his?
I've 100 times probably, bro. He's my fucking favorite right now, dude. I love him. He's so fucking funny, man. And that's like most of my free time comes in, is I'm always watching specials. The comedy specials is always just keeps me. It's like something else. It's something I don't do, so it's always something nice to just like fucking enjoy, laugh my ass off.
This is an inside baseball that only like entertainers will get. I've been a fan of Shane's forever. I love Shane. I took him out on Fully Loaded. Every time we ever did Fully Loaded, I brought anytime I could get Shane, I'd get Shane. And
his tops off of the Red Rocks too. He's right there too.
He did Red Rocks with me. I listen. You're not gonna find a bigger fucking Shane Gillis fan than Bert Kreischer. You just aren't. You will. But he definitely will. But like I love the guy. I mean, I love him as a friend. As a comic, I think he's brilliant. I had toured with him, and I never got to watch him because he was always before me. By the way, toughest follow you're ever going to get in fucking show business. When people didn't know how great he was, but you did, and you put him out in front of you, and everyone got to experience it. Look, I love flowers, right? I'm going to give Shane does not like getting flowers. He is not.
Really?
Oh, bro. He If you said, Shane, you could do shows and you get no standing ovations, he'd go, please, I'd rather that. Like, he just wants to do the work, get off stage, hang out with the boys, have some cold beers, watch football, cheer for Notre Dame. He's a regular fucking dude.
Yeah, sure.
So I'm just giving flowers. So I brought him, first time he ever did a show in the round, I think. We did a celebrity theater in Arizona. He got a standing ovation doing 15 minutes in front of me.
Wow.
Standing ovation, and he didn't know what to do with it. He was standing, he's in the round, and he's looking for his exit, and they're on their feet, and he's like, oh, like, and there's for a second, he's like, okay, great, awesome. And then we're all back, like, stay there, enjoy it. And he's like, no, gets off stage. And then they bring me up, and I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? I'm not Shane Gillis, everybody. I know you bought tickets to see me, but that fucking thing was amazing. So I'd seen him on Fully Loaded. I'd seen him, we Red Rocks, I'd seen him. I knew his new hour, but I had never seen it because I'd only heard it. I knew it was funny, but I'd never seen it. Then I watched Beautiful Dogs, and I saw what he was doing with his face and his body, and I was like, what the fuck? I'd only just scratched the surface. It's such a great goddamn special. I love loving shit.
Yeah, it's great to love shit, man. That's great.
I don't understand people who draw energy, hate and stuff. I understand that there's a business in it. Critics, I was watching Siskel and Ebert shit on every one of Steve Martin's movies. I understand that's how you make money. I get it. I actually can enjoy people shitting on stuff sometimes, but it's not me. It's not my authentic energy. My authentic energy was to be like Tony Finau. What the fuck's all over my chest? Tony Finau. I think it's eggs.
Shells?
No, I had scrambled eggs.
Oh boy.
I was shaky after my fucking workout, and I threw them all over my chest. You think other 51-year-old men get food on them still?
I'm not 51, but I think you learn how to eat cleanly, like in a very small frame when you're young, and then it doesn't happen anymore after that. Like, my shit always looks like a fucking child's plate. It's all over my shirt.
No, I ate dinner with Gronk, and I thought Gronk would get food all over himself. He didn't have any food on him. I was covered in fucking food.
Me too. I've always fucking, my whole area around me is just dripped everywhere.
Christ.
There's fucking queso all over the goddamn table.
Oh, but yeah, I love loving shit. Tony Finau is a Hawaiian, I think he's Hawaiian, maybe Samoan golfer. And him and his family, he tours with his whole family on golf tours. He was just the Masters. I got so much joy watching him and his kids get on a private jet and fucking put on their caddy outfits. I
love to see people fucking crush it and succeed. It's the best.
It's so good. I want to see more people succeed.
Yeah, it's the fucking best. I think, I always say too, I think that's truly like the precipice of success too, I think my definition of success is if you could ever give somebody an opportunity to succeed, like being able to take Shane Gillis out there and fucking watch him get that goddamn. He would have done it without me.
He would have done it. But I honestly, Shane's one of those people. But to be able to give that opportunity
still is wonderful, or to see it first and put it out there, or to give it any sort of opportunity to thrive. It's just such a lot of us.
And I only say this because I don't want to ever sound like I'm trying to take some of Shane's flowers. A lot of us love that guy. I mean, Big J, Lewis, Ari, Joe, everyone loves Shane. He's just a solid fucking dude.
I love to hear
I got teared up. He knows this. He told me when he got SNL, he knew, he hadn't said it loud. We were in Austin. He's like, hey, can I talk to you? And I was like, yeah. We went down to the stairwell. We got a cocktail. It was like 10 in the morning. Isn't that crazy? We're doing an early show.
Oh, come on.
And he goes, I'm doing SNL, and I got tears in my eyes. I was so happy for him. I just love watching people kill it. I don't understand. I love life. Like, I love crying, man. I cry.
It's a good day to cry. I cry every day, bro.
You make me cry. You make me cry,
dude. I'm glad to hear that, man. It's a good day to heal, bro. Healing's good, And crying's always out of happiness or out of healing. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's always, there's not a bad time to cry. There's not ever.
No. It's amazing that you have that ability.
It sure is, man.
Does your family? Is a weird question. I'll answer mine first, so that you know where I'm coming from. My family appreciates my success, but they don't necessarily appreciate my art. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sure.
Like, my sister Cotty is way funnier than I am. She's the funniest human being I've ever met. My sister Annie doesn't really care. She's like, cool, And if you told her, I'm at the Forum May 11th, she wouldn't be like, can I get back? She'd be like, I don't care.
Are you just not their kind of like comedy?
No. I just don't think.
You're fucking hilarious.
I think I'm their brother. I'm their brother.
Best.
My dad will get like, he'll be like, buddy, I used your name to get a table at Eddie V's last night. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, it's crazy. I said Kreischer, and they said, are you related to Bert? And I said, yeah. And they give us a table. My dad appreciates that. My mom, I think, is probably loves what I do, but like, I don't know if they're like huge Bert Kreischer fans. They love me. They love me, but I don't think they ever watch me and they go, that's a really brilliant joke. You know, is your family, can they quantify your success? And B, do they like listening to you?
Yeah, dude, they love my mom's the fucking, and my dad, dude. My dad, everywhere he goes, I mean, that's a goddamn gas station. He's like, you know, Teddy Swims is? Oh, look, that's my son. And he just fucking everywhere he walks.
Really?
That's my damn son right there. Yeah, that's him. That's my son. Yeah. If you don't know him, let's look him up. He's good, man. He's really good. That's my son. I love that kid, man. He's a good kid. And he just is like the most fucking hard die. Like my family are, but you know, it's also a different thing too, you know, like if like comedy is, it's like I do emotional ass music and, you know, and get a chance to come and what I get to do is just trauma dump on people all the time, you know, just so strangers cool. And just fucking say cool. Like,
I realized I was watching a concert. I was watching, fuck. Who do we just watch? We go to a lot of concerts. We always buy tickets for concerts. I love buying tickets. And I realized I would love a show, and maybe this might just be what you do. I would love a show that would got me to start crying at the very beginning and have me the hardest cry at the last song. Because I do the opposite. I try to make you laugh.
Have to please come out and see one day, bro. You'd really enjoy it.
What's your tour look like?
Well, we start like it's about an hour 20, hour 15 minutes we play usually, and I get my band. I mean, my band, like 5 other my friends, and I've known since my fucking whole life, dude. These are kids I've been playing with since, you know, I've known one since elementary school, one since middle school, and everybody since high school. I mean, I've known all these guys for at least 15 years. They're my fucking best friends in the world, and
that's fucking cool.
Yeah, dude, and we've all grew up doing this together, and it's just,
first thing I said to everyone, where are you guys from? And they were like, Los Angeles. I work for Warner's, whatever. And I was like, wait, hold on. Who's from Conyers? And they were like, oh, don't worry. They're always around him.
Yeah.
I was like, really?
Dude, most of them are moving out here now, too. And it's great, man. Because that's all you ever want when you're a kid is to like, if I could live somewhere cooler than this, but have all my friends move with me. And like, we're finally getting to that point. And it's fucking badass.
It's cool shit. You know what I had my best friend growing up. I grew up with a thick group of kids. Like, we were fucking strong. No one could ever ask for as many friends as I got growing up.
That's how I feel the same way, man.
And they were the solids. And one of my best friends lived with him in college. His daughter, we were at University of Tennessee, and it's very sweet. His daughter called me her uncle, and I got tears in my eyes. I was like, oh, you know, like, it's just like, that's the way we grew up. And that's the way we grew up. And it's not gone, you know? Like, you can do all these big things in life. This little girl is so proud of me. I've known her since she was a little kid, but like, it's my Uncle Bert. And I was just dude. Like, I got fucking emotional.
Dude, that's how I get, you know, with my pops, he grew up the same way. We grew up out in Texas, and since 92, when I was born, my dad like went out for one of his buddies' bachelor parties, and him and all his high school buddies, they still get together every year for just in July, weekend out of July, do a guys trip. And it's like these fucking 30 to 40 of these fucking old 50-year-old men all get together and fucking just go hammer, float down the river, just get fucking shit-faced beer pong quarters all weekend, drawing dicks all over each other's faces when they pass out, you know? And I got to go for the first time when I was like, I was 19 the first time I went, and you know, I got to meet these guys. And it was also when I was really kind of getting into singing. I pulled out a guitar and played for them and was like, can I play for you guys? You know, sing something for you guys. And it's like, man, that kid's pretty good, man. You got a good one, Rod, man. That's a pretty good kid. And I mean, everywhere I go, all over, every time we go to Texas, man, those guys are fucking, they're all driving in all over Texas and following me. And I got like a group of fucking, and I'm in a group chat with them. And there's like 30 uncles I got out there that are just his fucking core group that are call me and text me all the time and are watching me like, hey, you got fuck Kanye West, you're going number 1, you know, and like they got my back and they're all there and they're proud, and it's like it's the most beautiful thing, man, because I really like, you know, I find as I go, all over the world, and my family kind of drives and flies out places, and it's so neat to see that like some people that like my dad might be like, I grew up, this is my cousin I grew up with, and I haven't seen in fucking 15 years or like, and it's so neat to see parts of my family that maybe live somewhere else, and my dad's flying out to go see this type of person. But because I do this, some new family that I didn't know or I haven't seen since I was like 5, there's like a healing that's kind of happening in my family, and it's bringing people together that hasn't been together, and they're all for this pride of like me being a Dimsdale and it being like I'm part of this family, and I'm able to like bring my family into rooms and together again and party again, and it's just like it's a fucking most beautiful thing to see your family getting healed and like through like what you do for a living, or bringing people together, and it's just like, God damn, I would cry right now,
I got to tour with my cousin Andrew. I love my cousin Andrew. I got to do my movie with my cousin Andrew. My cousin Andrew's an interesting dude. Probably the smartest man I've ever met in my life. For real. Hands down, without a doubt. Probably the smartest, most creative, fucking quick dude. Got to work with him. But the best part of it is and the other night you go, I love you, cuz. And you knew, not everyone gets to say that and mean it. Not everyone, those words aren't heavy with everyone. Everyone can say it to you, but I know he loves me. I actually know he loves me. And he knows I love him. And it's just like those bonds are like, it's crazy when I see people that have problems within their family, it bums me out. So I go, the opposite of that is total fucking value, total fucking healing, total realization of who you are, where you come from, and where you're going. Someone who's going to keep you honest.
Wow, yes,
so
sir.
fucking great.
Man, you're fucking great.
I'll tell you what, though, I love about
so good at
doing
talking,
this.
Man.
What doing this is like, Isla, my youngest, I wish she wasn't in school. She's a legit massive fucking fan of yours. She is legit. As she pulled it up last night.
When we get done, let's FaceTime her if she's doing something. I would love to FaceTime her and say hi, man. I would be absolutely stoked, bro.
Sister Donna would be like, "Is that Teddy Swims?"
I said, I'm glad. Do that for me always is the greatest thing too. When anybody's ever like, yo, this person's a big fan. I'm like, dude, fucking call him. Let's get him, 10 seconds, or I'll film a video from him. Because, just to be able to have that I get to do this, like we get to do this. If you just say hello to like somebody in 10 seconds and it just makes their fucking year, and it's like, it just changes their fucking day because you took 10 seconds out of yours to say something. Like the fact that we get to do that with our lives is so fucking awesome, man. I tell you, somebody really, really just fucking changed my life on that too. The other day I went it was like before our last tour, maybe a couple months ago, Will Smith fucking hits me up, right? And I fucking love Will Smith. I've listened to his book. He's one of my heroes, right? And I go over to his house and
I love your hero list.
Bro,
your hero list has not been run through any fucking publicist at all. Like your hero list is just authentic.
Yeah.
Like I can see the two young white chicks going like, actually, we're not supposed to be saying Will Smith. I love Will Smith. Will Smith gave me my career. When I was 26 years old,
shit.
Will Smith, he discovered me in a comedy club, gave me my first deal, told me how to sell TV shows, and kind of greenlit my career. Taught me how to go into a room and hold court. Will Smith's a fucking GOAT. I love Will Smith.
Yeah,
listen, obviously the Chris Rock, Will Smith stuff, I identify more with Chris Rock, obviously, but I'm a ride or die for Will Smith.
Yeah,
I'm a ride or die for Will Smith.
I just, I'm like, whatever. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
It ain't got nothing to do with me either.
That was some shit for sure.
It was wild. Fuck it.
Well, look, so
you know what, man? Hey, listen, we live in the world. We live in the world. We're all people.
Yeah.
We all do shit.
And dude, he's been working on a new album too, weirdly, Will Smith has. And he's like, so I went over there, he had this song he wanted me to get on this hook for, and I'm in the booth right there. I was like, fuck it, yeah, I'll get it right now. Let's fucking do this, So we went in and just, put it. He said he wants it to be like, hopefully it's the next theme of the Bad Boys movie.
Parents just don't understand.
Yeah, bro, fucking first Grammy, fucking first hip hop Grammy there was, and hopefully it's gonna. He said it might be the Bad Boys, the fucking new Bad Boys movie theme song. So I'm like, dude, if I get that, let's fucking go, Will.
I wonder if keep going. I'm sorry, I interrupted you, and I need another drink, Pete.
So
we both need another drink, Pete.
Yeah, we do.
I haven't cried yet.
We're getting there. We're fucking.
Yeah.
We're
if you sing a song for me, I'll cry.
So he right before I left his house, though, man, he did one of the beautiful things. I talked about my mama. He said, well, FaceTime her. And I was like, I was ready to pull out of his house. And, you know, I FaceTime her, she didn't answer. And he was like, well, look, I'm free tomorrow till like noon if she wants to. And he hit me up like 8:30 that next morning, like, hey, I'm around this morning. If your mom wants to FaceTime, I'm just remembered. And like, was just like.
I wonder if he still has the same number.
Like I was like, like as if he wouldn't mind my mom having his phone number, you know, like a fucking nice fucking man. Like, holy shit.
You know, man, that guy. Let's just give him flowers for being who he is. Because I think, you know, man, media took off so quick. I don't think guys like Will Smith were ready for what was happening. They'd grown up in this world where they were protected. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, media took off, and it's like, you know, everything about his family, everything about, and then his wife does the red table and starts really dumping everything. And I think his brand, you know, I talked to Jazzy Jeff about it. I did Jazzy Jeff when I worked together at Wells Fargo Center in Philly. And I talked to him. I always wonder if Will remembers me.
Yeah, I saw it not too long ago. You were on, I mean, it's a few months ago now. You were on Meghan Trainor's podcast too for a bit. And
I fucking love Meghan
God,
Trainor.
I fucking love her, dude.
I fucking love
her.
Meghan
And Daryl are just Ryan are just the nicest fucking family in the world, man.
Peter better be coming up with another fucking glass of ice, is he?
She is just the most amazing.
What was the first song you learned on the guitar?
I think I played actually it was a song called Take Cover by Acceptance. It's an old fucking emo band. I'm my favorite. Dude, there's this album called Phantoms. It's still top 5 for me, man. Because when I was first, you know, we had AOL, like fucking the dial-up back then. And they had these AOL sessions. And like some bands would kind of do like, you know, acoustic versions of our songs or play like live in studio, like versions of their songs on AOL sessions. And they did like a lot of their album on there, and I was fucking obsessed with that fucking album, man. The first song I ever heard from them was this song called In Too Far, and it was on the NFL Street 2, that old fucking game.
Yeah.
And I went back and like I had like unselected all the songs from it except for that one song, and it just played on a loop as I was playing that game. And I went and looked into their fucking album, and like I fucking probably LimeWired it or Bear shared it, whatever the fucking, you know, pirate the fuck out of the songs back in the day. You know, you could just, and I had my dad take me to the store, and I bought the CD too, and it was just fucking, goddamn, bro.
Do you think that's an artist thing? That do you think only, and I'm using my term of me being an artist loosely, but do you think the obsession with one thing, like I will get obsessed with one song and I'll listen to it on a loop over and over. I'll get into a fucking place where I can't get enough.
Yeah, it's like this feeling that's like, you know, it's like something's in your gut that's like eating away at you. You're like, this is probably like I don't know. Sometimes it's always I find it's always like the saddest fucking songs too. And I'm like, this is probably like bad for my spirit, but I cannot stop feeding this fucking part of me right now because I just need it.
And I get it in a party mode. There was a song by Silverchair. What was that Silverchair song, Halston? You got to know the name. You ever listen to Silverchair?
But you got to send me a playlist.
Let me tell you.
You got some heat on your belt.
Let me tell you a thing about Silverchair. Silverchair. And by the way, these are once again Bert's vague memories of history. Silverchair, Australian band, young, 16, come out huge. They fucking blow up. Lead singer becomes anorexic, and instead of, and I think maybe drugs and alcohol, but becomes anorexic, and they have to worry about him with his eating. And and you can hear it in his lyrics a little bit. There's a Silverchair, pull up Silverchair. There's a Silverchair song that I got stuck into. Oh my God. Do you hear it?
Is this the one?
Yeah. Can you play it? Silverchair Tomorrow. Isn't everything. I end up sounding like fucking Elvis in that. So wait, let me deep dive push you into Blind Melon, okay?
Okay, I would love that, bro. Let's fucking get in it, bro.
Ready? So this is I'm gonna play you the song I want to play at my funeral.
Okay.
Damn. I want to tell you about Shannon Hoon, okay? Shannon Hoon, I just told this to Peter in the car yesterday. Shannon Hoon out of Indiana. His older sister is dating this kid, and his kid moves to LA. Gets kind of famous, and says, "Yo, send your brother out. I can have him sing on this song. It's called November Rain. I'm putting out this new album. I'm kind of blowing up. My name's Axl Rose." Axl Rose brings Shannon Hoon out to L.A., signs him with Warner Brothers, I think. Guys, I'm looking at you guys, you know? No, you guys don't remember when music was on vinyl. So Shannon Hoon comes out, starts a band, Blind Melon. They come out, the first song is the one with the B-girl. It's the big fucking hit. But what this guy has is a gorgeous fucking voice and a beautiful sense of artistry. Parties, gets after it, makes wild decisions, has Beatles tattooed around his throat, like really kind of like really big choices, long hair, pigtails, gets naked all the time, just a wild boy, like a real, if you're going to look at a character in a movie, he is the dude from Dazed and Confused. Floyd, the quarterback, he is that guy.
Yeah,
right?
Sure.
Sadly, they released 3 albums, beautiful fucking albums, beautiful albums. Released 3 albums. He, in New Orleans, gets after it, cocaine one night, wakes up, doesn't wake up in his bunk. They find him dead in his bunk. I met the dude who found him in his bunk, I think.
God,
did I?
So dark.
Yeah. And so, but Shannon Hoon.
God.
So I'm going to have, this is the song I want played at my funeral. I want you to hear it. This is one of my favorite. Type in Changes. I know everyone's heard this before. I know that I get like, but this is one of my favorite songs ever. But it's guys like me and you. I think it connects with us because there's a part of it where like, I don't know, it's like the artist when you hang out with Chappelle and you see the artist and you, yeah. Okay. Man, can I tell you what's crazy?
Yeah.
You do that to me. Isn't that fucking crazy? I'm sitting next to you.
Oh, I'm so honored to hear that, man. I'm really fucking honored to hear that, bro. That's the type of shit right there. I love.
But that's what's crazy. Is like that guy does it for me my whole life. You do that for me my whole life. You gave that to me, and I don't. No one takes it away. No one takes it away. You can't take it away. I fucking listen to you in the car, and I start singing loud, out of key, feeling like me and you are telling the world our same story. That me and you are telling the world. Is fucking moving, man.
That's joy, bro. Thank you, man.
You can't do that in comedy. You can't go like, God, I'd love for people to be in their car going, when I was 22, I got involved with the Russian mafia. But man, that's a gift. That's a real gift.
Dude. That fucking touches me. Thank you
I'm so glad you gave 10% of your tithings to the church because God looked down and said, all right, I'll give you 10% back.
Yeah, I guess so, man. Yeah, tenfold, man. It sure did because I'm grateful to, It's such a beautiful fucking thing to be able to get to do that with your best friends, the best job in the world, and to touch people. For so long, I used to feel like I had a good buddy of mine, Carl Michael. He's like my favorite person. We write a lot together. I took him on tour a couple times, and he's one of the nicest guys in the world. Because for so long, I just always felt like I was like being the ballad guy, and he was like, bro, you should fucking love that. He said, man, people would love to be a balladeer, man. You're a fucking balladeer. You make people feel something when you sing, and it's like, it's a good thing, like, sure, like you could make these upbeat, like you could have fun, you could make the party songs, but it's not like I'm going on your fucking, I'll have some songs that can go on your party playlist, but I'm not making just party music. I'm making music that makes people fucking fucking break down and heal and cry. And he's like, that's a fucking blessing, man. That's a blessing, and
you make music that makes me, when we talk about that thing that maybe, and I apologize if I sound elitist when I say artists get into these places where we get stuck in a fucking rhythm where our brain doesn't want to get out of it. And you go, that's it. Tonight it's the Smiths. Tonight is fucking the Pixies. Tonight is Blind Melon. Tonight
that's a fucking good list, man.
But like when you say that, like you do that, there's people listening going, no. I do that with him. I just listen to that one song. Oh, I'm going through something. I'm feeling something. I'm feeling joy. But everyone's gone away. It's the best thing you can ever give someone. Everyone's gone away. It's Sunday. Football's over. You've cleaned up the house with your wife and you're on your back porch and you light up a cigar. Maybe you hit a joint and you have your last cocktail of the night and you look at your trees and you think to yourself, those trees are mine. And you're listening to your music and you go, I'm not done with this moment. It might be one more drink, but we're listening to this song 5 more times. This song got me. Man, it's like.
Are you ever writing songs though too? You ever writing poetry or like songs?
I got a hit called Mississippi Lickin'.
Yeah.
about eating ass.
Fucking right you do.
Yeah, Mississippi Licking. I told it
I would love to
I got to
hear
be down, honestly. I told it to T-Pain, and T-Pain's legit. Like, he goes, all right, I know you're a fucking idiot, but that's actually a good song. He was like, and it's a double entendre about getting spanked as a kid, but really getting your ass eat. Well, we'll see what happens with it. But my songs were always so vulnerable.
Yeah, man.
that they were like, that you were like, Jesus, you tried to suck your dick when you were a kid? Like it was,
I mean, we all did. Come on, you know.
I mean, us big guys never got there, but man,
Yeah,
like
I'm not even close.
not
baby.
even fucking remotely close. This show is sponsored by DraftKings. The NBA playoffs are heating up, and so is the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. Teams are knocking on the door of the conference finals, and the DraftKings Sportsbook team has you covered every step of the way with same-game parlays, live betting, odds boosts, and so much more. Don't miss out as the NBA postseason winds down. It's super easy to get started with DraftKings. If you're a first-timer, try betting on just a team to win. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app, select your team, place your first bet, and you're done. It's that simple. And if you're new to DraftKings, you got to check this out. New customers bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets instantly. I'm telling you right now, Timberwolves Nuggets, I'm there. I'm not even a Nuggets fan, but they did beat the Lakers. So now I'm a bandwagon guy, and it makes watching the games so much more fun. You're just personally involved. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use code Bertcast. That's code Bertcast for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5 only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. I would love for you to sing a song. I would love to cry. I don't know what song you want to sing. I have two very accomplished guitarists in the green room who would jack off to play something with you. But
okay.
Literally, we went and bought the guitars the other day. And do you fuck around with the guitar much?
Yeah, a little bit. I'm more of a pianist though. But
Really?
I can get down on it. Like I could play enough. Like I could play a couple things enough to make you think I could play. But I'm not a guitarist by any means, man. It's always been more fucking confusing to me. And I've always grown up with guitarists, so they're just fucking ripping away at it. Like I don't. Yeah. But piano, I'm a decent, like, you know, I know my theory.
When you write, where, like, what's your white whale? I'm so bad at asking a question because I tell you my thing first.
I love that though. But it's great. That's great conversation.
So I had this joke about fucking traffic cones that it was just so funny when it happened. And I was like, it's just too complicated. And it was a little bit of a white whale for me. And I started working it on stage and it wasn't great. And it's getting better. It's still not great. And, but like I have white whales. Well, Escape Room was a white whale for me on my last special. And it was like, I knew it was funny in the moment, but I didn't know how to translate it. Do you have any white whales of things you want to talk about that you want to sing about? And
yeah, I find that I write, man, I write a lot, man, a lot. Most days, like, and at least every day I try to get something out. Most days I try to do this thing like I like to call brain cardio. I guess for myself, it's like I'll go in the studio, and if I'm going to go into a session and collaborate with somebody, I'll try to just do a thing where I go in and I'll hit record and I'll lay a chord progression down. I'll get like 30 minutes. A 30-minute timer on, and I'll lay a chord progression down. I'll lay a little beat down, and I'll just kind of just spit things line by line, like a kind of stream of consciousness, you know, just like yell it out as I go. Like, just like, here's one line, and then I'll punch in another line, and I'll punch in another line, and I'll do 30 minutes of that. When it's done, close the laptop, walk out, come back later. Sometimes it makes no fucking sense, but sometimes you're like a verse through a chorus, and you're like, whoa, holy shit, I didn't know I was feeling that way. And I try my damnedest to just like, I find that there's sometimes you have a topic you want to write about, and then you can write to that topic, and that's one way to do it, and it's worked a lot in times. But I find that intention doesn't create emotion quite like emotion creates emotion, and so usually I'll just, like, if I hear the fucking right chord, I'll just start yelling at the top of my fucking voice and just singing, mumbling, and until something just starts falling out, and it'll start kind of slowly falling into place together, and words will just start coming, and things will just start happening, and it'll be usually the things that, like, my heart really wants to say, and so rather than like writing melodies to words or words to melodies, I find that I find that I get the most success when I'm just kind of just going, and my subconscious is eventually, the creative actors is eventually like bringing something out of me that I really needed to say, you know, and a lot of like the things that I did on my last record were like that. I was kind of writing shit about what I was going through or what I needed to do, and it wasn't until I got out of this like negative relationship that I was in that I was listening back to it and was like, fuck, man, I was so like numbing myself to this that I didn't even know that my heart was trying to tell me. My brain was already like, yo, you should fucking get the fuck out of it. Like, I had all the answers inside of me that I was just singing them fucking hammered out of my mind and just letting them. So it's always this fucking thing right here is always my guy, bro. It's such a tool for me, you know, because
he's so good to us.
It lets you just like fucking, I don't know, kind of dumb down your fucking senses enough.
We're talking about alcohol for everyone who's listening. Yeah, alcohol really is a sweet lover. Like alcohol for me says to me, this is going to be a little dangerous and we got to be careful with what we say, but let me run the ship and let me fuck it up. And then I'm going to need you to come save me.
Yeah.
And then I go, okay. And so we go up and we'll do it on stage sometimes. I'll do it tonight where I know what I want to talk about. And what alcohol will do is we're like, fuck all the bullshit. Let's just get it out. Let's throw up real quick. And I can write pretty good on alcohol. I can't write great on weed. I think in paragraph
Same,
form.
Man. Yeah, when I'm smoking, I'll just be like, I know I'll kind of get too like, this could be a bad idea, but I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too hard on this. I'll just think overly thing. You know, if this isn't here, I'm just like, oh yeah, just fucking yelling at the top of my fucking lungs.
Weed will be like, isn't everyone obsessed with what kind of socks they have? And I'm like, no, not. It's just me and you, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with socks.
Bro, I love my fucking socks.
I love socks. Good socks. Or there's nothing better in life.
But you can't beat them.
If you want to feel rich, get yourself some good socks.
Fucking some Gucci's or something. Yeah, I've never gotten some like expensive. Cause see what we do on tour, like I get tank tops, underwear and socks always on the rider. Yeah. So that way I just fucking I just fucking wear the undies once, throw them out. Fucking socks once, throw them out. So we fucking always got black and white socks on the rider so that I could just, especially when you get off stage, you want a fucking brand new pair of socks to slip right on. You're like, bust open a new pack and you're like, oh, fucking nothing like putting on a fresh sock.
Can I tell you what I'm in love with? I'm in love with tracksuits.
Oh, hell yeah, you are.
I've been getting into tracksuits heavy.
Yeah, you look like a fucking badass tracksuit, man.
Buddy,
sir.
I have so many tracksuits right now. I had to pack a bag to bring tracksuits home so I could have tracksuits to wear out. Like, I just got into Sergio Tacchini. Do you guys know that? Pull up Sergio. Buddy, can I tell you, if there is no better tracksuit, I saw my buddy Stavi. I saw this guy had it on in The Gentleman. He was a gangster, and I thought, that's a fucking thick. That's badass tracksuit. And then Stavi was wearing it. I'm like, look, Stavi. You know Stavi?
I know. You gotta put me on, dog.
Buddy, you're about to find your new favorite comic. Stavros is fucking pure joy.
Really?
Everything that...
Oh man, dude, count me in. But
I'm FaceTime him right now.
That's what I need, man, in my life all the time, dude.
By the way, I have so many drinks over here. I don't know where to put them. Hey Siri, FaceTime Stavi. That's Stacy. Nope. Stavi is fucking pure joy. He is Stavros. Oh, I look red.
It's that booze, man.
Yeah, maybe I got to slow down. You know what?
Yeah, that's what happens to me. I get this fucking rosacea shit up. Start getting so red and...
All right, I'm going to set you up. When you're in New York, you got to do Stavi's podcast.
I would be honored,
because Stavi is the fucking best. He is the wonderful answer.
Well, your boy's my boy, man. Whatever you say.
You'll fucking love this dude. He is pure joy incarnate. Let's see if we get I'm trying to get a fucking national anthem song out of him, and it's not showing up. So he's like, right now, he's like, God damn it, I'm working on it, Bert. He also sleeps until fucking 5 PM.
God, I
pull up a picture of Stavi. This is the tracksuits I just got.
Oh, those are fucking gangster.
Fucking badass. No Stavi answer.
Damn, I might need to get on my tracksuit.
Look at StubHub, Pornhub. Keep going. Look at Stavi. No. Yeah, there's Stavi.
Oh, I think I've seen that guy before.
Stabby's the fucking best.
He didn't he? Yeah, he had a Netflix special. I haven't watched it, but I've seen it. I've been as I scrolled through. I've seen his face. He's a fucking unmistakable character, though. I know I've seen that guy's face on Netflix.
He's one of those guys that just is also very smart. He said to me one time, I was trying to fuck chicks that didn't want to fuck me, and then I realized, why would I want to fuck people that don't want to fuck me? What about the people that want to fuck me? Why don't I celebrate them? And they started fucking people that wanted to fuck him. And he goes, I found so much more happiness. And he was just talking about sex. I saw that in life. Sometimes there's comics that want a certain audience. And I started going, well, you don't pick, you do the art. You don't pick who gets to like it. Love who loves you.
Dude, I you know what? That's such a beautiful fucking thing to say. Cause I also, and I think maybe at some point we all kind of struggle with this in our own right too. Cause we want like a certain, validation from something that we're not getting, you know, and anything that validates us is like, or I even find too, when somebody's like fucking, oh man, I really love this song, but it's like not quite my, like, it might always be like the hit, but like there's like one song on my album that's like doing the worst, but it's my favorite one, you know? And I'm like, well, if you don't like this, then clearly you don't fucking understand me. You know, it's like, don't be a little bitch, man. Just like fucking people appreciate you and love you and they like care and they're here in the crowd. You're putting ass in seats. Like, why don't you just enjoy that rather than be like, well, you guys don't understand me. Like, it's just such a fucking little bitch move. Like, I do that to myself all the time.
You're talking about a guy who performs with his shirt off. Like at one point, I was in my feelings about like my buddies would bust my balls about performing my shirt off, just casually. And then I heard something like some guy like, why don't you just try writing jokes or something? And I was like, hold on, I'm writing jokes. And I think I got caught up in the dialogue with the guy that already hates me. I got caught up in the dialogue of like, ooh, maybe I should. And then I was like, why would I cater to the vocal minority? This guy. And when you get your buddies are shitting on you or just busting your balls, and then David Letterman, I got an interview that he did. The guy did it privately and sent it to me. Shout out to Mike Binder. And he was like, can I tell you a comic I love? And Mike Binder's like, who? And he's like, he performs shirtless. I started crying. I was in bed. I cried. And he goes, he doesn't talk about why he's shirtless and his material is fantastic. And I went, wow. So here I am thinking that this guy that left a negative comment is as good as David fucking Letterman. David Letterman, top of his field, always, never not been, sees what I'm doing, sees me. Being seen is so important in life.
It's beautiful.
Being seen, not enough people are seen. That's why people get upset. They're not seen. You give someone a little bit of fucking eye contact and connect. It's so important. And David Letterman gave that to me and I fucking sobbed crying. Sent it to my dad. I didn't even watch the whole clip. I sent it to my dad before I can get through it. My dad texted back, I think he's talking about you. I was like, watch, he is, Dad. But like, that's the fucking crazy thing is like, you can sit in the weeds about like what you think you should be or what you want people to think you should be, but you are what you are. You make what you make.
Yeah.
And people take it and they do with it what they're going to do with it. And if you try to change to fucking appease someone, that's the definition of a hack.
Yeah, that's it's not going to work. Yeah, it's like, I think it's always about the people that understand, not the ones that fucking don't, right? And I find that in that.
Well, you're undeniable. I mean, that's the crazy thing about you.
Well, I appreciate
is that you're undeniable. You are the definition of undeniable, in my opinion. There's a handful of you guys in the world doing it.
Thank you.
And my goal right now is to broaden my horizons of undeniability. Like, I want to see more undeniable. I'll tell you someone I never really fucked with is Zach Bryan.
Oh, he's a bad motherfucker, man.
Someone said to me the other day, we're talking shit and just drinking, and they were like, you ever watch Zach Bryan? And I just haven't. Not same way she hasn't seen my stand-up. Just haven't. No, like, just haven't. Definitely should have.
You hear that?
Definitely should have.
Yeah, it's fucking
I would
awesome.
definitely listen to my girlfriend if I were you. And so, but I was like, I'm going to start fucking with him. Like John Mayer, fucking undeniable.
Bro, he is, dude, have you got a chance to meet that guy, bro? He is the fucking most incredible person like the coolest dude I've ever been around. Like, he's just like cool as fuck. Like, the definition of just cool. Like, he's just like, he just looks like nothing bugs him. He's just like, he looks like he's just joy. Like, he looks like he's just, his brain is just he's very thoughtful and he just knows. Emotionally intelligent is the word, or phrase rather.
Yeah, that guy. He's the motherfucker. Like I think I slept on John Mayer of just how talented he was. It's like someone, and you like their songs. You're like, yeah, he's good, and then you see what he does, and you see why he's good. Like why he's good. Someone was breaking him down the other day, and they're saying, what's beautiful about John Mayer is that when John Mayer plays with the Dead, he plays with the Dead. Like he plays with the Dead.
He's not. He's in a band. He's not being John Mayer. Like he's the song's the most important member of the band. You know?
And that's insane to me because if they were like, Bert, can you sing with the Dead? I'd be like, I'll turn this into a Bert Kreischer song.
Yeah,
because
I'm
fucking egomaniac. Whatever I am, I don't know. I'm fucking broken. Anyway, but that's what I've recently become friends with John Mayer, and that guy he gets it.
He's a fucking genius.
There's a dude I used to do coke with back in New York, and he kept saying, this guy gets it, this guy doesn't get it. I thought it was just coke talk. And then as I got older, I realized, there's two people in this world, people that get it and people don't get it. People that don't get it, they don't want to get it.
No,
Not getting it's their brand.
Yeah, they don't, that's not there. That's the plan. Like it's got to, just like it's being a student to life in general, it's like you want to fucking learn all the time. What am I not getting here? I fucking need it. I need to fucking learn from this. Every time something is like fucking interesting or just different than me at all, I'm like, fucking, how do I understand that perspective? I need to understand that perspective. I just need to know. Unless it's like a universal truth that's so black and white where I'm just like, you're just absolutely a fucking asshole. And like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I don't need to understand why racism exists. That's fucking lame. But, but like for some.
By the way, I love getting the weeds on racism. I love it. I love like fucking figuring out why certain things are certain things. I used to be obsessed with that in stand up. And then I just, at a certain place, I realized I was sitting at a fucking zoo with this Mexican dude covered in tats. Both of us had our kids. We're looking at the walrus. And me and this guy have nothing in common, zero in common. I'm holding Georgia. He's holding his baby. And we should not ever hang out in social circles ever. And he looks at me and he goes, fucking walrus.
Yeah.
And I started laughing and I was like, yeah, like our kids are both looking at fucking walruses. Like we're both holding our kids. We're both trying to get the best spot to show our kid. That's what life's about. That's what life's about.
Yeah. That's so
subtract all the racism. There's nothing, man. We want the best for our children. We want to live long. We want to fall in love. We want to enjoy life. That's all it comes down to.
Yeah, we want to look at a fucking walrus, for God's sakes, man.
He goes, his fucking mustache. Because
they're fucking thick, boys, bro.
It was such a crazy fucking, I don't know. Maybe I thought too deep about that.
No, it's a beautiful thing. I love that your mind works like that. It's like looking for a lesson in everything in life. It's a beautiful fucking mind you got, bro. There's a beautiful mind.
I don't know if I have a beautiful. I wish you could fucking turn it off.
Yeah, that's the tough part, isn't it, man? Look, do you ever struggle with like nightmares and stuff too? Bro, okay, see, that's what my thing is too. But every 20 fucking 30 minutes, I'm like, mine never stops, dude.
Buddy, my scariest moments in life are waking up. And I had a dream the other nightmare, where I was driving my girls to go somewhere. And all of a sudden I realized none of the people in my car were my girls. And that these Somali pirates had taken over another van and they put my girls in that van. And then they had filled it up with their people. It wasn't his family. It was all adults. He's like, you drive them and I'll drive them. It's the only way they stay safe. And I pulled a gun out and then I held them all execution style up against the road. And I woke up. I was like, and I couldn't go back to sleep because I kept going like, what the fuck? What the fuck's wrong with my head?
What does that mean?
I had them execution style on their knees. They were up against a chain link fence, and my daughters are like, don't kill them, Dad. And I'm like, and I'm in my bus going, I'm not done with this dream. I got to get back in there. Dude, my nightmares are fucking.
Dude, okay, good, man. I'm not good, but, it's always good to know that you're not alone in that. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Like, it's always good when I talk to somebody like that's like, does this for a living and they're handling shit the same way. And it's just, I just don't think it's a natural thing. And so I think it's just the only way that your brain really fucking handles it.
Yeah, I have fucked up dreams. I've really fucked up dreams. My dreams, there was a period of time where I'd wake up either laughing or crying.
Dude, same, man. I'll fucking just wake up just fucking sobbing, you know. Sometimes I'm like, oh shit, can't go back to sleep. And dude, it's even more so when I like the more people I talk to about stuff like that and that do what we do, and the lifestyle itself is like, I understand why we all end up fucking being some sort of fucking alcohol and drug addicts and fucking just broken and
buddy, you know what
turmoil.
You know what you do?
It happens.
You know what you do is you normalize emotion for people that don't have the ability.
Amen.
To
Exactly
normalize emotion.
what you should do, bro.
There's a guy who's putting up fence posts in Conyers, Georgia, and he's not in therapy, and life's tough, and kids are always tough. There's always complications in a marriage, and he listens to you, and that's his therapy. On that ride home, when he knows he's got a 6-pack waiting at home, and they're gonna order fucking what's the Zaxby's? They got Zaxby's waiting.
Shit, God, I haven't missed some Zaxby's.
I fucking love Zaxby's.
God damn, bro.
God, I fucking love Zaxby's.
Fucking wings and things with the goddamn.
I'll be late for a flight for Zaxby's.
God, fucking. Oh, bro, you know what? I fucking love Moe's, bro. Moe's is my hometown, bro. Moe's is my home, bro. Southwest Cliff. Moe's is my fucking home, bro. When I was like living in my first place alone, I was 21 years old, and I had literally we went on Craigslist. When I started learning to play piano, we went on Craigslist, and I found this, like, somebody was getting rid of an upright piano. Yeah. And so I had me and a couple buddies go pick it up, come bring it back, and drop it off at the house. And all I had was, in the middle of my dining room, was a mattress on the floor and a fucking piano. And I was living like that for a fucking couple months.
That's a fucking album cover right there.
Yeah, bro. And it was just that. That was all I had. And so I was like, well, if I have one sitting here, I'm gonna fucking learn to play it. And I had a mile, about a mile away from me, and I just walk over there every day. And this lady I went to hair school, Bonnie, she was a manager there, and I'd go there every day, and, you know, she'd just be like, have you eaten today, baby? And, like, they would just give me food, and they would always just, like, fucking hook me up with a meal, just because it was like, they knew I was fucking struggling like hell. And so for forever, like, it's always like, they don't got them out here. So, but it's always like, that's my spot. Like, that's the place that saved my life.
How great is the South?
Oh, I fucking love it. I miss it so much. I miss it every day. I love just people and the way that the openness of just when they love you, man, they love you. You know, it's like my whole family. They're kissing you on the face. They're hugging you. They're, baby, you're so pretty, baby. You're so beautiful. I love you, darling. I'm like, my family's just so, like, tight knit like that.
And the fact that everyone knows you in the South, like, everyone knows you, even if they don't know you, they treat you like they know you, like you can, and they just bring you in. The fucking South, man. If you're not,
they value your time, you know, and I think that's the most beautiful thing. Is like, again, but I'll say this in any conversation I can ever bring it up because it's so important. My guitarist Jesse, he got from our pastor one time. He got some wisdom from him, and he said, "You know who the most important person in the world is right now?" He said, "It's you, because right now it's just me and you sitting here, and you're the most important person in the world. You get 5 seconds with somebody, 10 seconds with somebody, 10 years with somebody. Every time you talk to them, you look them right in the eyes, and you make sure they feel like they're the most important person in the world, because that's all that there is right there in this second." And that's how when you don't talk to somebody for 10 years, you come back to them and you're like right where you left off with them, and you're back there with them again, like it never left. And you make sure you invest in that time you spend with, don't be somewhere else. Don't be fucking here during dinner. Don't be fucking, you know, just be right fucking here. It's like, look somebody in the fucking eyeballs. Tell them you love them.
When they say that in the South, how you doing? They mean it. Like, how are you doing? Like, I'm here to listen. In LA, we say it, how you doing? And you're like, that's what I'm supposed to say. I love LA. I love LA. LA is awesome. It is not.
It took me some time to find some footing here, though. You know, it took a couple years for me to get my, like, okay, this is where I like to go. These are the people I like to hang with. These are, you know, there's
because you're for lack of better words, you're a circus attraction to them because you're authentic. Everyone here, and I'm not shitting on LA. I love LA, but everyone here is looking for something. They're looking to be real. And when a guy like you shows up and you're sitting at Barney's Beanery having a fucking beer, they see you and they go, that guy's not putting on anything. He's authentically who he is. And they're curious about it. In the South, I mean this with respect, they're all like us. You know, like not a lot of people leave to go search for something. Out here, we're all searching for something. And authenticity is the fucking gold standard out here.
Amen.
And you are one
said.
authentic motherfucker. And people see you and you drip of it. From top to bottom, you drip of it. And
that's such a compliment, man. That is such a beautiful compliment, man. Thank you. That's such a beautiful compliment.
No, man.
I can say the same right back to you, man. That is so.
I'll tell you another sidebar, man. And a little compliment to all your people is that, and I mean this with love, they have found a way to represent that online. Meaning like when I watch anything you've ever done, they haven't fucked it up. And I don't mean that like shitty, but I mean it like they haven't fucked it up.
Yeah, well, you could see right through shit when it's not, you know.
Yeah.
And I think I've also been good about being like, that doesn't feel right, so it's just not right, you know.
Yeah.
If it doesn't feel right, it's not right. I mean, get out of your comfort zone for sure, and I'll do the quickest to get myself out of my comfort zone in any way any time that I can. I want to be out of my comfort zone, you know, because I think that's when you find your most authentic self inside of a situation, you know. And,
oh, buddy, how fucking cool is that? That's such a profound statement. God damn it.
I asked my dad not too long ago, too. I said, Dad, would you say I'm a man? And he was like, yeah, you're a good man, son. And I was like, fuck, and I got teary-eyed because he always like, you're a good kid, son. You know, but when I was like, would you say I'm a man? He was like, yes, son, you're a really good man. And I like, it makes me fucking want to cry. He's my fucking hero. If I'm half the man he is, I'm bigger than Michael Jackson, man. He's the greatest thing since Jesus Christ, man. I think better. Jesus on his best they couldn't, my father, man. He's the best man I've ever known. And for him to say that, you know, and I was like, well, Dad, when do you because he was like, I wasn't even a man when I had kids, you know? And so I was like, what happens when you just I thought there would be certainly some point in my life where I was like, this big fucking thing happened and I'm a man now. Yeah. No, it's just one day I just looked back and was like, yeah, I'm a man. But I remember when I was still a man, but I was feeling like a child. I think I was even, you know, go in my 20s and 30s, going into my 30s, still feeling like a child. And I don't know what happened. Maybe it's because I run a business now or successful, or I have people that are my employees, I guess, but I don't know. I don't think that's what made me feel like a man either. Or I don't think having children makes you feel like a man. So what, you know, I just always expected in my brain somewhere along the line that there was going to be you're a man now. You know,
it clicked for everyone else.
It doesn't.
I watched it happen to Tommy. Tommy, when I met Tommy, Tom Segura, he was a man. I met Joe, he was a man. Ari's not a man yet. Joey Diaz was a man. I think Joey Diaz will tell you his stories. Joey Diaz, I don't know, I'm sure he's told his story, but I think he found his mom when he was 13, passed away. He was like, yeah, it's just me. And you're like, oh, I didn't have any of that. I'm still a little boy.
Yeah.
I'm still a little boy. I buy a couple things I buy is shoes, hats, and Rolexes. I like Rolexes. I don't have a lot of them. I only have a couple or a few, maybe 6. It's a lot in my opinion, but I don't buy one without texting a picture of it to my dad first and going, should I get it? I'm not a man. I have a hard time ordering a steak without calling my dad. The day he dies, I'm gonna have a rough fucking day.
Oh man, I'm glad you have a good relationship. And that's my pops too, dude. My dad's been on his own since he was 15. You know, his pops passed away.
My dad's dad died when he was 13.
Yeah, and I think so I think that's maybe what made him such a fucking amazing father, you know, really just was I didn't have this, and so I'm gonna give this he's just the most emotionally intelligent man. Has never taught me about I'm allowed to cry, I'm allowed to fucking share my feelings. I'm just allowed to fucking.
By the way, that's not the men that were around those men also. My dad kind of wrongfully told me not to cry for a long time, and now my dad cries a lot, and I cry a lot. I think because my dad allows it, and I'm cool. If I was afraid if my dad saw it, he'd be like, "What the fuck are you doing?" But I had a great fucking moment where I forgave my dad for everything that.
Yes, sir.
Oof. I knew I wanted to do it. I knew I wanted to do it. And because I didn't understand, my dad had some indiscretions, an indiscretion, and it split up their marriage. And I held that against my dad. And it wasn't until I realized one day that I was getting to live all my dreams, and I was seeing people who were loving me that didn't get to live all their dreams. And I was wondering where they would find happiness if at a certain point in their life, maybe life hadn't given them everything they had planned on it giving them. Maybe if they'd given everything for everyone else, and then they woke up one morning and said, what about me? And I understood it. I fucking understood it so heavy. And I knew I wanted to forgive my dad and say, listen, I understand. Like I don't think I'll live like you did, but I get it. Like I get it. I actually get it. And oh man, that was cool watching my dad cry that time. Oh, it's so cool when you get your dad to cry.
It is. Because as much as he's like, been a lower. I'm a sensitive little boy, I still am a sensitive ass little boy, and for him to like, we just recently, I went home and his mom just passed, and
sorry.
It was.
What'd you call her, Meemaw?
I called her Gammy.
Gammy. I love fucking redneck grandparent names.
Yeah, Gammy.
Meemaw, Peepaw, Granny.
Yeah, she's my Gammy, man, and she was the best. And one of the most beautiful things about it too is, when you're gone a lot, and she was still living, with my
This is the same one that gave you the thing that you tattooed on your face?
Oh no, that's other my mom's.
Other side, yeah.
But so my dad's mom just passed, and it was so beautiful. She had aphasia, and she was really kind of losing her mind towards the end there. And I knew in like Thanksgiving and Christmas this past time that was going to be probably the last time I really see her, But I found that like when last time I went over there, she hadn't like really been able to say anything or seen anything. But every time I'd come in the room, she would just like, by 2 times I saw her, which is smile. She's like, we haven't seen her get like this much kind of like energy out of her. Like, but as she was like getting seen by her nurse, or the most of the times during her day, she would just have Teddy Swims videos playing, and they would always just leave Teddy Swims videos on as she was just laying there in that bed, like, in her last days of life. And even though I wasn't there to spend that time with her, it was so beautiful that she could just like watch me all day on loop and be just proud of me. And, and I'd see her and she would just smile. And it was such a nutty thing to, like at the funeral to be in a spot where I was like, look, I want to speak at this, and to be something now for my family when I go home is such a different thing than I thought it would ever be. That I miss a lot of things. Like I get home 9 months later and these kids are bigger, but even my little cousin's like, he's got his travel baseball team. He's like 9 years old, and I'm able to sponsor the team. There's a Teddy Swims banner on the field, and he's walking out to my songs, getting ready to swing. And it's like that's the kind of shit you're like, fuck yeah, dude,
Fuck yeah.
But watching my dad cry at that funeral was just like, fuck, man. And you see him all trying to be all like fucking tough about it, and just be like, man, come here, old man. Let me hold you, man. Let me just hold you for a second. You need to be fucking held. You need a good hug, man. Come here. Put your head on my chest, Pops. Like, let's cuddle up, And I still to this day, like I go home and me and my Pops just fucking, we'll just sit there with our arms around each other on the couch. I'll lay on his shoulder, man. We still cuddle, man, like we should, man. That's my fucking dad, man.
God, right now, call your dad. Whatever the fuck you're doing, stop listening to the podcast. Call your fucking dad.
Yeah, call him.
Tell him you love him. Tell him you love him. How fucking cool. So there's people that don't have their dads around. Don't have their moms around.
A lot of people don't have fucking, let alone good dads or dads around at all, man. I couldn't tell you enough. I would turn every conversation
Someone
about
needs
him, man.
If you're at college with my daughter, tell her to call her fucking dad. Because that fucking chick doesn't call me ever.
Well, that's one thing my mom's been doing lately too. She'll I just got a second phone too now, like, because I'm like, this is getting so fucking crazy.
Welcome to the team, buddy.
Yeah, and so I finally told my mom I got a new phone, and she has just used that. It's like, because I was like, so I'll see your text now, Mom. She's used that to just blow the fucking shit out of this thing. She's just fucking text me all day long, and I'm like, all right, Mom, I can also I didn't mean blow me up, because I will miss a lot of these too. Like, don't fucking fuck my new phone up. But she started doing this thing where she's like, I'll say this on stage sometimes, because we always sing, I dedicated that Still the One cover to her like forever ago, and it changed my career. And I say it every day. I'm like, is anybody here with their mom this evening? Or, fucking, is there anybody, just a mom in here? Let's fucking make some noise for the most beautiful creatures. And my mom does this thing, I say it on stage time, where she goes like, she'll just text me like SOS, and I'll call her and I'll be like, what's going on, Mom? Are you okay? And she's like, no, I just know that's the only way I can get you to call me. And then I'll be like, so this is not a emergency? And she's like, no, it's an emergency because I want you to call me. I want to hear from my baby. It's a fucking emergency if I don't hear from my baby. And I'm like, fuck off. Okay, I love you, girl.
We celebrate moms very differently.
Yeah.
I always do that. Keep it going for the moms. Where all the moms, stand up real quick. Let's give a round of applause for moms. These are the chicks that let you blow loads in them. All right, hold on. Here we go.
I'm going to take that one with me, though, if I can.
By the way, use it. We need one more cocktail.
Okay.
We need to play a song. I want to cry. I got to piss. Do you have to piss?
Oh, so badly.
Go piss.
Okay.
Go piss.
Okay.
I'll wait for you. Find out if Will Smith texted him back. Halston, Christian, come on in.
Go, let's sing. Okay, you want to take it from the top? Something's got a hold on me lately, though I don't know myself anymore. Feels like the walls are all closing in, and the devil's knocking at my door. Whoa, out of my mind, how many times did I tell you I'm no good at being alone? Yeah, it's taking a toll on me, trying my best to keep from tearing the skin off my bones. Don't you know I lose control when you're not next to me? I'm falling apart right in front of you, can't you see? I lose control when you're not next to me. Yeah, you're breaking my heart, baby. You make a mess of me. Problematic. Problem is, like a bad habit. Bad habits hard to break when I'm with you. Yeah, I know I can do it on my own, but I want that real full moon black magic that it takes to. Problematic. Problem is when I'm with you, I'm an addict. And I need some relief. My skin and your teeth can't see the forest through the trees. Got me down on my knees, darling, please. Oh, I lose control when you're not next to me. I'm falling apart right in front of you. Can't you see? I lose control when you're not next to me. Yeah, you're breaking my heart, baby. You make a mess of me. So you take a solo or something? No.
Come on, Christian.
Okay, we'll come right back in here. Ready? Well, broken down one. Just open up the chorus.
Life is good.
It is, baby.
Brother.
I love you. I lose control when you're not next to me. I'm falling apart right in front of you. Can't you see? I lose control when you're not next to me. Yeah, you're breaking my heart, baby. You make a mess of me.
Fuck
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Fuck yes.
I love you, man.
Brother.
That makes me so happy.
These are real.
You softy.
These are real. God damn it. I am blessed to know you. I'm blessed to have you in my life.
Man, I am too, bro. It's such an honor.
Thank you for everything you do. You, sir, have a gift. It's a gift. It's a gift. It's a gift. I want it to be for here forever. Keep staying healthy. Keep fucking listen to DDP and the fucking, I want you here forever. I want you here longer than me so you can sing at my funeral.
Okay, I would be honored. Yeah,
I should be able to beat you to that one.
I think it should. By the timing, it should be. Yeah, it should be good. Yeah.
And God forbid you pass away before me, I'll tell the machine story of yours.
Bro, I would be honored if I got Bert over here
When I
telling me.
was 22 years old, I got fun with the Russian Mafia. I miss him so much. You're the best, brother. You're the
You
fucking
are, man.
absolute best. You're the fucking best.
Well, I'll see you this evening too. Yeah, can I come?
Yeah. You'll see me at my. Good luck. We'll be at the store tonight. We'll see you
Okay,
there.
bro.
We'll make it happen.
I'll be honored, bro. I'll be
Fuck
such
yeah.
a fucking blast, man.
Awesome.
If I can bring my brother too, he's such
Bring
a
whatever
fucking
you want. I don't
massive
give a
fan,
fuck.
bro.
I'll
He'd
set
be
it up.
stoked, dude.
Done. It's happening. All right, I'm gonna go into a bathroom and cry now. I love you.
I love you,
brother.
man. I love you.
This episode was brought to you by The Machine.